690.com, ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
This is Sports Center.
I'm Christine Lisi. Today's Guardians-White Sox game postponed because of a COVID-19 outbreak within the Cleveland organization. Manager Terry Francona among those testing positive. He's sidelined indefinitely. Francona missed most of the last 2 seasons with various health issues. A pair of Game 5s in the second round of the NBA playoffs tonight. Celtics-Bucks, with that series knotted up at 2 games apiece. Boston center Robert Williams, who missed Monday's win, is listed as questionable with left knee soreness. First Take host Stephen A. Smith.
Now that I'm hearing about Robert Williams being injured, because I think that if he doesn't play, that's a big loss for them. And I think that puts Boston in a dicey situation. He helps you immensely. Having said all of that, I'm still going with Boston to win Game 5. I believe they will lose Game 6. And I believe they will come back and they will close the deal out in a Game 7 in a thriller.
Game 5, 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio. The Warriors won't have to contend with Ja Morant in tonight's potential closeout game against the Grizzlies. The Memphis point guard is out of Game 5. He's doubtful the remainder of this NBA postseason because of a bone bruise in his right knee.
Feeling great starts with a great shave. And great shaves start with Barbasol Shaving Cream. And for a limited time only, capture your Barbasol Jurassic World collector cans before they're gone.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
Hey, welcome in on a Wednesday here at the UNF Softball Complex. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. And, hey, sometimes we tell you, we love if you listen in the car, on the apps, on the stream, ESPN690.com. Anywhere you're listening is cool. But sometimes we like you to watch, and, well, we've got a heck of a seat here if you want to watch a little softball action on a beautiful day in Northeast Florida. We're at the UNF Softball Complex, ASUN Softball Championships. One of the best teams in the ASUN all year long has been the homestanding Ospreys, and first pitch is about to happen against Kennesaw State as we are in ASUN softball play. And check out the view that we have if you're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and, well, we can break down everybody's swing, Casey, if you want.
We could do that.
I won't show you the whole field and do the Noah Schlicksup thing of following the ball. Okay, we're going to talk sports. We're going to talk. We'll keep you updated on the game, but obviously we talk some football and basketball and baseball and everything else. And it's almost like we start with baseball today in a weird way because was that the best? I know you're not going to like this, but come on, take your fandom out of the way. Was that the most wild 12-0 game, like in the history of Major League Baseball yesterday?
Yes.
To go the Angels in a no-hitter. They also have Brett Phillips pitching again. Does Brett Phillips, is it in his contract to pitch like 3 times a month?
He's got to get so many innings in. Yeah. You know, there's only you got to hit that innings bonus. So yeah, he's got to get out there every couple of games or so.
So anytime Brett Phillips pitches, it's like fun. Like that's cool because he makes it fun. But it also means like obviously the Rays are not doing well, and Mike Trout hits a home run off him. So anytime Mike Trout hits a home run, that's kind of cool. And then Rendon was 0 for 4 hitting right-handed. He swung around in just a fun way to hit left-handed. He's not a switch hitter, and he hit one out of the park, man. I mean, how wild was that game? Again, in a blowout game, you couldn't have had more fun, I think, from a baseball fan and baseball perspective, just kind of keeping an eye on that one.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I think if you're like, I have a bunch of people on my Twitter that are like diehard Rays fans, which I consider myself, but to the point where they were not enjoying what was happening last night.
Of course, yeah.
I can't get on board with that. Like I tweeted you as well, mostly because I didn't like what you said, but like they get no hit. Like that was such an interesting game. I'll tell you this, I had no idea they were getting no hit for like a long time. Like I was watching hockey, I was keeping up with the Rays. And then, like, when it got to, like, the 7th inning, I was like, oh, they're getting no hit. So then I turned it over, see dudes hitting home runs left-handed, like Trout's hitting home runs, Brett Phillips is pitching, they're getting no hit. That's a normal Rays thing these days. So, yeah, I think it was cool. It was different. It was about the best 12-0 loss you can have. Shout out to my man that threw a no-hitter, and shout out to dudes hitting home runs left-handed when they're actually right-handed hitters. So, it was a good time. You know, it is what it is, but let's not let that happen again.
Yeah, I mean, just again, I mean, normally, and no hitter, by the way, is a no-hitter. I mean, that's pretty fantastic. I think we've become a little numb to the no-hitters too, don't you? Like, it's happened quite a bit. I don't know how many in the last decade, but it feels like it happens quite a bit with the no-hitters. So, I mean, perfect game, different story. No-hitters are still fun. No-hitters are unbelievable. But I just think if you add in everything that else, all that happened in that game, it'll be remembered in like a different kind of way. And Rendon's play was like second on the list with the left-handed home run, but not like far down the list. You know, I'm not sure how much separation there is between the no-hitter and Rendon hitting the home run. It shows you how gifted those guys are too, right? I mean, in practice and messing around, I'm sure he's swung left-handed before. You know they have. They're around it so much. They've got plenty of time. It's like the golfers. They can hit the other way too. But it just makes you appreciate how good athletes these guys are. Now, that was a 54-mile-an-hour fastball, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
But he hit it 330 feet, man.
No, I think it's cool. I think it's a cool thing that happened. I'm even more excited he's on my fantasy team. So
well, there you go. There was something positive for you.
It popped up like he hit a home run. I was like, because I'm watching something that's kind of in a delay by a couple minutes. So I see it on my phone. It's like, oh, homer. I'm like, oh, dope. And then he comes up left-handed. I'm like, wait a minute now. They told me he hit a home run in fantasy, and sure enough, he bopped one. So, it was such an interesting thing. But I think as a Rays fan also, we're definitely numb to the no-hitters because we're like the only team getting no-hit the past, 10 years.
I said that. I didn't look it up because I then drove home and from work. But I said it on social media, like, doesn't it feel like the Rays have been no-hit more than anybody?
Yes.
Like, in the history of baseball, and they've only been an organization for, 30 years.
Yes, it definitely feels that way when you've seen most of them happen. Yeah, it feels like for a couple years there, it felt like they were getting no hit literally like every month. Because for a couple years they got no hit like twice a year in multiple years, and then they got perfect gamed twice too. So yeah, it feels like that, but also to your point, like we're numb to the no hitters because they do happen often. So I think I bet they're not the most no hit team. I didn't look it up, but it seems like every time it happens to the Rays, it's an easy fallback. Like, oh, they always get no hit, because that is true. But, you know.
By the way, we have this cool thing called, Google.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's really kind of easy to go and check out who has been no-hit the most.
Okay.
And so no-hitters thrown against a franchise. Give me a guess. Now, I said the Mariners, but then, even that was probably a dumb guess because you got to go back and think about somebody who's been around for a long, long time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you might be better off saying the Cubs, for instance. But anyway, who would you guess?
I would agree that it has to be someone who's been around for a while, so I would go Dodgers maybe?
Oh, that's a good guess. How about this? It's not just the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's also the Brooklyn Atlantics, Brooklyn Grays, Brooklyn Bridegrooms, Brooklyn Grooms, Brooklyn Superbas, Brooklyn Trolley Dodgers, Brooklyn Robins, Brooklyn Dodgers.
Oh.
They were called all those things?
I guess. Well, you just named them, you know.
Is this real? As I'm reading that, I'm like, is this a joke website that I'm on right now?
Well, I mean, which website you on, you know? Because
it's actually called nohitters.com.
Oh, I believe that then. Because, when we were at school, they told us, don't use Wikipedia as a source. So, I was just checking if you were on Wikipedia or not.
So, anyway, the Philadelphia Phillies tied for second with 20. Then there's a little bit of a gap with the Atlanta Braves and the Giants, the Orioles. And by the way, 20, I thought it might be more than that for the leader.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The Oakland A's, 14. Detroit, 14. Cleveland, 14. I mean, obviously, you got a lot of teams right in the mix. Amazingly, the Tampa Bay Rays are only 5.
No way.
5. Are you kidding me? I feel like I remember all 5 of them.
Do perfect games count in this, do we know? Because in theory, that would be a no-hitter, right?
I would think.
Because we got...
You know the least amount, and somebody, I think TJ Neem on social media last night said you'll be surprised to see who's been no-hit the least amount of times in Major League Baseball.
I mean, if I'll be surprised, then I'd say the Yankees or something.
No. No, because I think he was going for a team that's not very good.
Oh, like Baltimore?
Traditionally. Kansas City Royals, 2.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, that is weird.
You know, because you got to remember now, some of these teams, like the Rays, obviously haven't been around a long time, right? The Marlins haven't been around a long time. Arizona Diamondbacks haven't been around a long time. So the old Providence Grays, by the way, are defunct, but they too were no-hit 3 times, more than the Kansas City Royals. So There you go. Little trivia for you. If you wanted to know, 20 the most with the Dodgers and all their other names that they had, which I didn't know they had that many names. I knew they had the Brooklyn Dodgers, but I didn't know they had that many names. And the Kansas City Royals have been no-hit the least amount of times in Major League Baseball. So there it is. It looks like the Ospreys got out of the top half of the first inning unscathed, gave up a hit on an infield hit.
Is that
and
Marcel?
now they'll come to the plate. That is Marcel Robinson right behind. Yeah, there we go. Marcel getting some highlights for tonight. CBS 47 and Fox 30. We'll be all over the place with some high school baseball and softball. You know, that's a little selfish ambition here, you know, as I watch a UNF softball team play.
Yeah.
I stand here. Look, we got a lefty on the mound for Kennesaw State.
Oh, okay.
Which means maybe I get some tips for the lefty at home throwing tomorrow night in the playoff game.
Oh, yeah.
You never know. Like, anything can help.
Well, yeah,
So-
absolutely. You know, if this lady is pitching in the A-Sun tournament, obviously she knows what she's doing. So, yeah, tips might help. No offense to Kaylee. She's fine, but, you know.
Well, she could use some tips. I mean, she's got plenty of growth to go. So, now whether she wants to listen to any of them, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But, so here's what else I'm wondering about this spot that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like golf where I have to talk quiet, but what if, like, I outrageously start yelling? Is that going to distract from the batter and the umpire and the catcher?
You might get tossed. Like, I'm going to be honest, they might throw you out.
Now, listen, I ain't afraid to say a word or two to the umpire. So if you want me to start heckling the umpire,
That would be awesome. I think you should heckle him I think that should be the whole show.
listen, if you want me to heckle the umpire, get tossed, you can handle the rest of the show. That's cool.
Yeah. No, I can work on that. I think it'd be hilarious to get tossed. Has anyone ever been tossed as a fan during a live radio show on ESPN Radio?
No, but this would be like the kid that did that crazy call, right?
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
Fredericksburg. Like, this is how if you want to make it bigger, you want people talking about you, I have to be willing to do these things.
Maybe I should have came because I would definitely get tossed.
But see, I'm probably not willing to do that.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I should have came because I'm willing to get tossed. I got nothing to lose. You got a reputation to protect here. You know, you're Brent Martineau, Action Sports Jax, Brent Martineau. See him on TV. I don't have anything to protect.
Yeah, and I just wouldn't want to make the UNF program look bad, you know?
Eh.
But, I mean, there's strike three called right there on Kayla Harper. I could have just heckled the heck out of that.
Yeah, it looked a bit high, Blue. Turn on the speaker all the way, Brent.
So anyway, hopefully if I start getting the looks, that means I'm probably talking a little loud.
Okay.
Would it be great, like, if I start talking loud enough, though, that the umpire comes over and says, hey, can you pipe down?
That'd be awesome.
Because sometimes what happens, like, in the high school game, you'll have, like, headlights out, like, beyond the fence.
Uh-huh.
Right? Or last night I was at First Coast High School, and there was a mom videoing, and it got dark, so the flash came on. And so the ump had to, tell them to either turn off the headlights or turn off the camera light.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That always happens.
That seems kind of scum.
So, like, this would be – well, you have to do it. The pitcher's, like, looking at the light, or the hitters are looking at the light.
Oh, well, you said from the outfield. I thought you meant from
well, no, like the hitter's looking at the out – the light's coming through the fence.
I mean, I guess. But
because, like, some of these fields, that's where the parking is. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't set that scene very well. But anyway, it would be kind of funny if the ump taps me on the shoulder and says, can you quiet down a little bit?
That would be good. I'd appreciate that.
I appreciate that, too. When we were on the show yesterday, the Josh Lambo lawsuit became a thing.
Yes.
And it is out there. John Phillips tweeted a little bit about it today. We've had him on the show before. We're scheduled to have him on around 4 o'clock today so he can walk us through this. There's something – it's a very interesting dynamic, and I don't know how people feel about the Josh Lambo lawsuit. So I also don't know how they feel because I don't know if we know enough and know what it means.
Yeah.
But if you missed this yesterday on the show, I have a prevailing thought in my mind. I don't know if it's the prevailing correct thought. But the thought for me, Casey, is I'm trying to think of what's to gain versus what's to lose. And the obvious answer here for both sides is money. He's suing to get his contract, which was $3.5 million. Well, you can gain some money.
Right, yeah.
Right? For a guy who's now out of the league and will never kick again based on some of the things he's doing now.
Yeah.
He's never going to kick again in the league. Go ahead and get your $3.5 million. And again, I back this up with, hey, if you're principal and you think you're right and you really feel strong about it, go ahead. If this is just a money grab, well, then I probably don't I'm probably not going to back you up on that front, and people do sue just for those purposes. $3.5 million is that's a lot of reasons to sue. Meanwhile, for the Jags, what do they lose? Well, they could lose some money, right? Shad Khan. He also might gain a little something from the cause part of this with the Urban Meyer contract, because right now the Jaguars, Shad Khan, they're dealing with now Josh Lambo, but also the settlement or whatever's going to happen with the Urban Meyer situation. So, but beyond the money, I really just don't know what's to gain for anybody. Urban Meyer, whatever. He's made his bed. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. Here in Jacksonville, some of his legacy, this is going to be a part of it. The stories are always going to keep coming out. There'll be one that trickles out a year from now and another year from now, and it's not going to be good. The Jags, I mean, listen, they've been bad. I think their performance on the field is bigger than any of these things off the field, to be honest. But this isn't a good look. But I don't think it really stains the organization that much either way. And they're not going to gain anything from it either. But I really think about Josh Lambo in this situation. I've talked to some people today, and I just don't – is the $3.5 million worth what potentially a guy like Josh Lambo could stand to lose? And, well, he's not going to lose money, but he could lose reputation, depending on how they spin this, perception, depending on what comes out.
Credibility.
Some credibility. Like, what else comes out during these kind of events? Like, again, that's why we're going to have John Phillips on. But I still can't get that out of my mind, and nothing that I've heard has changed my mind on that front. That, sure, Josh Lambo might have some stuff to gain here from a principal nature, from a monetary nature. But he also might stand for something to lose more than any other party in all this. And now I'm interested to see how it shakes out. I guess you could avoid anything that is said and done with a simple settlement. And so maybe that's where the end of the road is for this situation. But I will say I'm not a huge fan of this action by Josh Lambo at face value.
Right.
And I just wish what was done and over is over. But that's just me from the outside looking in. There might be a lot more to the story that needs to be said. I just don't know what the end game to this is going to be.
Yeah, I agree with you that Josh Lambo does have the most to lose in this situation. Like you said, like what is there to gain? I understand $3.5 million, but like we've said a couple times, it's going to be a hard thing to prove without video in our estimation. Now, if there's a video we don't know about, then that's, a different thing. But unless you're having like a video or a potential witness or two to like clarify what happened, then I just don't understand how Josh Lambo can possibly win in a court case, if you will. A settlement, obviously, it is what it is. And that's where I've gone, Brent. I thought about this for a while, and I figured it out. Conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat. I know what's going on here. You ready to hear?
Yeah.
Okay. So one night, the Kismet pulled up in Jacksonville, right? Shad said, Josh, slide over. So Josh slides over, and they have a conversation on the Kismet. Shad says, listen, we fired Urban Meyer, obviously. We know there's something there. We don't know what it is. We believe what you say. We need you to sue us to make it look more believable that we can fire Urban Meyer with cause. And in return, I will settle your $3.5 that you're asking for to get rid of Urban Meyer's $20 million. Then Josh Lambo agreed, put the lawsuit in motion. I guarantee you Shad Khan will then settle. Then they get out of the Urban Meyer contract, and it's a win-win for everybody. Shad Khan's a genius. That's what I got out of that.
I don't know if all that transpired, but maybe.
Well, that's my thought.
That, I guess, could have happened as well. Brent Martineau, Casey Kurtz, we are live at the UNF softball complex getting set for inning number 2 as the ASUN tournament is underway. Really, for the Ospreys, this is their first game. That tournament got underway yesterday in some dramatic fashion. It's already being played at Jacksonville University, so both schools are hosting this ASUN event. And again, UNF has been very good. Liberty's been the class of the conference this year. And so by the end of this weekend, we'll get an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. And the Ospreys figured to contend, although they'll probably have to upset Liberty at the very least to accomplish that. Let's take a break here on Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Just getting rolling here on a Wednesday. More football talk. Again, more on the Lambo front. Coming up at 4 o'clock, John Phillips will join us to try to make some sense of whatever illegal nonsense there could be. We have an interesting quote from Sam Howell, which if you're a Redskins fan, a Commanders fan, that's where he ended up, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure you can even buy his jersey now because of it. And we'll get to that. And I also have a curiosity. We don't talk college football recruiting very often, but I saw something in the last week come up, and I'm like, that still hasn't happened?
Yeah.
And I'll get to that on the way next. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert Forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly sunny and breezy today with highs in the upper 70s, dropping to 60 degrees tonight, and partly cloudy tomorrow. Still breezy with a few scattered showers developing and highs only in the mid to upper 70s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Join me today beginning at 5 p.m. on CBS 47 at Fox 30 Action News Jax.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds.
Zero hassle, zero pressure, zero middleman. Just great deals only at Beard's Diamonds.
It's where I take my family to play golf, and you can take yours as well. The Golf Club at Southampton. It's the home of the Action Sports Jax Stream 18, and it can be your golf destination. Enjoy your golf experience by calling 287-PLAY, 287-PLAY. Play some golf or maybe practice some golf at one of the newest facilities in the area. Grab some lunch or dinner, too. Southampton has it all. 287-PLAY for tee times and more. The Golf Club at Southampton, the home of the Dream 18. My home course. Make it your home course, too.
Hey, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Don't let the milder temperatures lull you into complacency. Fuel prices will continue to rise, as will your utility bills. Call us today and take advantage of our fall prices. We don't quote over the phone or just poke our heads up in your attic. We do a full evaluation to include attic ventilation needs as well as insulation.
Give us a call at 904-679-6282 or online at koalainsulation.com.
Hi there. I'm Mia. I'm Air.
You're Air?
Yeah, I just got out of the lungs of someone smoking a cheap little cigar outside a bodega. Oh, it was so smoky in there. And where there's smoke, there's
fire.
Cancer.
Oh.
Yeah. Little cigars might taste sweet, but they still kill. I'm supposed to be helping people, not unhelping them.
You mean hurting?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm a bit of an airhead.
Little cigars are just as dangerous as regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Voted best gift of the year for golfers by the ESPN 690 Golf Enthusiast Review Board. Want to make the golfer in your life love you even more? Order the 2022 ESPN Dream 18 card for just $69. Big discounts on golf all year. Golf courses are raising their rates with the recent boom. The Dream 18 card has even more value now. For less than dinner for two at your favorite upscale restaurant, you will receive tremendously discounted rounds at some of the area's best golf courses. Golf Club at Southampton, St. John's Golf and Country Club, Hidden Hills, Osprey Cove, the Yards added this year, Amelia River Golf Club, Eagle Landing, Fleming Island Golf Club, and Queens Harbor Yacht and Country Club. Plus, you'll receive a free smoothie from Smoothie King, a free hat from Dome Hats, a free shirt at Baker's Sports, and a discount on a purchase at Palm Beach Autographs. Play 2 rounds of golf, and the card pays for itself. $69, that's it. Some of the proceeds go to the Dream 18 charity as well. Buy the card at ActionSportsJaxDream18.com. Supplies are limited. Go to ActionSportsJaxDream18.com.
Men, when you're in the mood for love, but you have ED or PE and those little blue pills haven't worked, here's a message from Prime Men's Medical Center.
I'm Dr. Rubinsky. If Viagra, Cialis, or Levitra have let you down, Prime Men's Medical Center offers custom-blended medications. Men are lasting 30, 60, 90 minutes or longer, and it's affordable.
Call 904-664-8217. We guarantee you'll see results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call 904-664-8217.
This is Greg McGarity, President and CEO of Gator Bowl Sports. For the past 76 years, Northeast Florida has been host to the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl and events. When televisions tune into Jacksonville for kickoff, we want to be sure we showcase that Jacksonville supports college football. From buying a ticket to the game, making a donation to send local deserving children to the game, or volunteering, I would ask that you consider supporting this great local tradition. To learn more, visit TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com.
Hustle up, we've got 8 more floors to go before lunch.
Sarusha's window washing business is reaching new heights.
Wipe, and let's roll.
They need more certified cleaners to keep online reviews crystal clear.
Team, I know we're hustling, but watch for streaks. Candace, can you give me a hand over here?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
We're giving away $1,000 5 times every weekday in the ESPN 690 Payroll Payout. Listen live weekdays at 8 a.m., 10, noon, 2, and 5 p.m. for your chance to win. This is a nationwide contest. Message and data rates apply. Get the complete rules now at ESPN690.com.
I don't think it signals anything about it. I think Fox was making the announcement. I was just told on an earnings call. I mean, they're trying to, make a splash. They made it clear that it's up to him when it starts. But no, I don't think it means this is his last year. I think it's his last year in Tampa. I mean, the contract's up after this year, voids after this year, so he'll be able to go wherever he wants to go. And
Miami, what?
Yeah, it seemed like he had a little bit of a wandering eye this past year, right, with the retirement and then coming back. So, yeah, I think there's some intrigue as to where he might play in 2023, assuming he does. I mean, he could decide to retire again. We don't know. Nobody knows. And anybody who tells you how long Tom Brady's going to play is making it up, because I don't think he knows.
That sounds like Dan Graziano to me. And, of course, nobody knows when Tom Brady's going to hang it up. Will we get to the point, by the way, where we get tired of Tom?
Probably.
Didn't people get tired of Favre?
Mm-hmm.
And, if there
100%.
is this, cat and mouse back and forth of when he's going to retire every year and when he's not, and are you holding the franchise hostage from moving on, et cetera, et cetera. I do wonder if we get fatigued from Brady, because it's almost been like a reset button hit on Tom Brady, right? I mean, this is kind of the fun Tom Brady, the personable Tom Brady.
Yeah, well,
this is away from New England Tom Brady.
And that's the point. I think if Tom never left New England, we would be sick of it already. Because, at the end of the New England, we were sick of Tom, winning all the time. And then if you would throw this part into it, we'd be like, all right, bro, get on or don't. So I think him going to Tampa helps that, because now we're like, oh, we like this Tom Brady. It's okay. He's on TikTok now. We have TikTok Tom Brady. So you can stay around. But, yeah, we can't keep doing the retire and unretire thing.
I just said something. We've kind of talked a little bit about it in the past, but I mean, isn't it amazing? Tom Brady was the greatest of all time if he just had stayed in New England and retired before he went to Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
But Tom Brady's status in terms of perception and brand has, I don't know if it's doubled. I'm just saying it's increased since he's gone to Tampa and left the Patriots. Because what happened is we got to the point, myself included, who grew up in the New England area, where I was just tired of Patriots wins. I was tired of Patriot fans. We were tired of the Patriots like we get tired of Duke and what we got tired of the Yankees back in the day and everybody that wins. And so it's almost like him getting away. It didn't matter if he went to Tampa or Jacksonville or wherever. It's just that he got away from them. And so once you separated from the Patriots and Belichick and this dynasty, we could now embrace Tom again and the greatness that he is as a quarterback. It just fascinates me that he was able to increase his brand that much. Peyton Manning did not increase his brand that much going to Denver.
Agreed.
And he won another Super Bowl, and he set all kinds of records, by the way, with that offense, before he got hurt. But no way in heck did he increase the brand like Tom Brady has and kind of become more of an affable figure than he was in his previous stop.
Agreed. But in fairness to Peyton Manning, there was no TikTok.
Well, and
I'm half kidding, but at the same time, I am half serious. Because if Peyton Manning had the social media, because he has the personality, no doubt, but if he had the social media huge blow up that social media has had now when he was in Denver, then I think there's maybe a chance he could have done that. Now, granted, Denver market versus Indianapolis market, I don't know. And what does the Tampa market do for Brady? Again, not sure. It is big, though. But I think the social media part plays a huge role in this.
Yeah, that's a good – but I guess, I think you're right. But that's because he's used that vehicle to show his personality. like, let's just say social media wasn't as big. Maybe it's just TikTok or whatever it is. Like,
Right.
because it really wasn't where it's at when Manning left to go to Denver, even though it was around. But it doesn't feel like it was on the steroids it's on right now.
Agreed.
But the thing that Manning did do, probably more when he was kind of leaving Indianapolis, was do more commercials.
True.
More like hosting Saturday Night Live. And I think he was still doing that when he was playing, but he became more the nationwide guy, right?
Oh, yeah, him and Brad Paisley.
Exactly. So, but I think he did that after he left or on his way out of town.
I think you're right.
You know what I mean? So like he definitely probably did increase his brand, but it didn't feel all that different. And so even if Brady didn't have the social media vehicle the way it is now, I feel like he would have done more commercials or done more like talk shows or done more things that showcased his personality that what for 20 years seemed suppressed. And I'm not sure it was suppressed, by the way, by Bill Belichick in the Patriot way. I think it was almost suppressed also by Tom because he bought into this is the way we're doing it. And now once I've got 7 Super Bowls or 6 or whatever the heck he's got or had at the time, he can be like, listen, I'm just going to have fun with this. And if we win, we win. But I've won a lot, so let's just go have fun with it. And so there's a little bit of almost like this flippant nature with Brady where it's like I'm going to do and say and whatever while I play.
Yeah. Let me ask you this in terms of like the Patriots thing, because that's a good point. Why is Gronk the only person like ever to have a personality on the Patriots that like we all knew about? Like, how did that work? Like, he's great. I understand it. Tom was great too, and Tom has his personality, and like you said, maybe it was part Tom, and then he bought into the system and all that, but from day one, Gronk was like, hey, I'm Gronk, and like, we all knew it, and we loved it, and it worked in New England, but he's the only guy that it ever worked for.
All right, how about an RBI single for, I think, Paige Fent, that is. I know this softball team pretty well, so an RBI single along the way.
Are we swooping?
We're swooping, 1-0 in the bottom of the second, so there you go, big hit, lefty-on-lefty matchup. That might not have been Fent, by the way.
Well, you know this team pretty well, though. So
I do, and I must not have seen her play. I'm going to find it out, and then I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
That is Logan Jackson, the left-handed hitter. So
there we go.
There you go, Logan Jackson with a big hit. So it's 1-0 here in the ASUN tournament. The
sure it's
Ospreys.
not 2? Pretty sure I saw 2 girls score, Brent.
No, you didn't. You saw the on-deck hitter.
Okay.
It's 1-0, man. The scoreboard says 1-0.
Okay.
They just switched to the third inning.
It's already the third inning?
Yeah, goes fast in softball. So you were asking why Gronk. See, I think that's maybe the genius of Belichick, though, because he knew he couldn't contain Gronk. You know, and so he's like, all right, you can have one of these guys, but we're not going to have any more than one. You know?
Yeah.
And listen, I don't know how much of that conversation existed. Do we really think it was as suppressed in the Patriot way and you couldn't do you had to do everything right? Like, as much as we believe it or saw it, I don't know the full answer to that. People have come out there and said it wasn't very fun, right? And so there's been that quote and there's been that perception even inside the building. But I just think this was a deal where Gronk was going to be a different animal, and for Gronk to play his best, Gronk had to be who he was.
That's fair.
And my guess is Gronk in meetings and Gronk in the weight room and Gronk inside the building and Gronk on the practice field was pretty straight-laced for the most part, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But he let him have the personality off the field. I think they might have let Tom Brady have the personality that he has in Tampa right now off the field. I just think it was Tom who bought into the way to do it, and I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
But then at some point when he left, he kind of became just more interested in that.
So then I guess the follow-up would be, do you think that we would still have the same Tom Brady that we've gotten if Gronk didn't go with him? Like, do you think Gronk helped that? Like, hey, we can do things differently now that we're here in Tampa.
No, because I saw that happening before Gronk joined him. At that time, wasn't Gronk retired? Did he retire right after the Patriots, or did he join Tampa and then retire?
No,
he retired after the Patriots.
Yeah,
right?
he retired. He took 1 year off, but then they went together.
Okay,
so
but
like Tom
still,
didn't play without him.
But
in Tampa.
I think if you go back to when it looked like they were going to get a divorce in New England with Brady and the Patriots, I think you started to see some of this personality start to show, and him have some fun with it. I don't think this was Gronk collaboration at all. I don't think it took that. I also think Arian's style and the Tampa style led into this a little bit more. Like Yeah, be who you are, man. Right?
Yeah.
You are who you are, and have fun with it. But let's be ready to play football, and we're going to get after you. Like, I love that stuff about Arians, because Arians is viewed as like a player's coach. But, like, he also will get, like, really red in the face and chew you out.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
Like, we've seen it on the sidelines. There's stories about it. But he has this balance. And I think that balance basically is you are who you are. And there's nothing phony about it or fake about it or on display about it. And so I think he just welcomed that. I don't think he cared about that. And let's be honest. In Tampa, Tom Brady is like the biggest thing ever to happen to Tampa.
Yeah.
Even you can include Gruden and everything else. But Tom Brady picked Tampa, who was awful. And is a bad organization over the years.
Can confirm. Being
Right?
from the area, yeah.
And so, like, he was probably to the point where I'm comfortable enough to do whatever I want to do because let's be honest, I'm bigger than this organization. you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure he viewed it that way, but it might have made him more comfortable to do it because, I mean, we've been told, and I think it's acted itself out, that nobody is bigger than the Patriots organization. And that's kind of the way they built that thing. And most people would say on every team, nobody's bigger. But my point being is some situations you're more comfortable to just be yourself than, listen, I'm way more comfortable to be myself here on ESPN 690 than I was maybe 10 years ago on the radio. Okay? That's the point. It's not like who I'm working for or with or whatever, but you just get a little more comfortable in your skin to say stuff that maybe you wouldn't have said 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of that in the whole Brady situation that really is probably unrelated to the fact that he was in New England and even with Tampa.
Yeah, I got you. I think it'll be – this is kind of off topic, but I'll get back to it. I think it'll be fascinating. Like you said, Tom Brady picked Tampa, which kind of sparked this in me. Like, Tom could have picked a number of organizations. If it's only 3 years, so like if he does the one last year and then if this is the last year, let's just say, I think it'll be fascinating if they did like a story on like what it did for the Bucs. Like, okay, they signed Tom Brady and they paid him X. But then they sold out of season tickets for, like, the first time ever, and they did this, and they did – like, I think the model would be crazy because you can then put it up, like, what if he chose Atlanta? You know what I mean? Like, I think it would be a fascinating, like, story to put up when he's gone. But I will bring it back with this, obviously back to the contract and everything with the Fox. Did you see the little graphic where it was, like, the highest-paid broadcasters?
No.
Okay, so Tom obviously takes the top slot. Jim Rome was second. Would you believe that?
Really?
Yeah. It was
still?
Yeah, it said, so I'm going to try to pull it up right now, but yeah, Jim Rome was trending last night, and I was like, oh, Jim Rome. My dad used to listen to him. I thought he was like off the air. And sure enough, yeah, Jim Rome is like the second highest earning broadcaster, if you will. Here it is right here. So Tom Brady, $37.5 million annual salary. Jim Rome's annual salary is $30. Romo's is 18. Yeah. So it's not close.
Jim Rome is still a thing?
I guess. Like, I'm surprised too. Believe me. But apparently he's making $30 million a year.
Now, what's he working for? Is it CBS?
CBS, yeah.
So CBS really pays him that much money. I did not know that. I mean, his show, maybe he does really well. Is he on, like, Sirius or something?
Yes, he is.
I mean, I honestly, like, Jim Rome's, like, one of the great, like, trendsetters, I believe, in sports radio history. But, and it's more than the Jim Everett stuff, by the way. You know, I mean, he had this thing going on forever. I just thought he was a little bit like old news by now.
Yeah, no, he's still doing it. Yeah, he's on Sirius XM and CBS Sports Radio.
By the way, how much is somebody like Dan Patrick? Who else is on that list?
So it's just there's 5 names, and it's Brady, Jim Rome, Romo at $18 million, Strahan at $17 million, and Stephen A. at $10 million. That's where the graphic cuts off.
Okay, that's interesting. I wondered if like Dan Patrick was making that kind of money, or similar kind of money.
Yeah, there's also like, so I don't know exactly like where this comes from. Like, I do know where it comes from, but like, do they count in a guy like Pat McAfee?
Yeah, because he might be hard to figure out, right?
Yeah, because like he has those huge deals with FanDuel and whatnot, but like, does that count as his salary? Because technically all of the boys like make money. So
yeah,
maybe not,
point.
but like the highest deal signed, like he would be on that list for sure.
Yeah, he's got to be pretty close to it. I mean, it's fascinating, the dollars. And, you know, you used to say like in this business, again, here we go in this business, but it's like, yeah, I mean, heck, if you want to be in this business, you're probably not going to strike it rich or whatever. And there's certainly some opportunities, and ESPN changed that, and then there's always some. But, I mean, now the amount of money that you can make in this industry is like, wow. Now, it's still going to be the elite, and there's a small percentage of those folks that are getting paid that kind of money. But the fact that that money even exists out there is just insane to me in this world. You brought up, though, Tom Brady's impact on other teams potentially. Will he have a bigger impact on Fox and its growth, or like you just said, on the Bucs and what he's done there in a couple years?
For the investment, yeah, you would probably have to say Fox, but I just think coming back to the Bucs part of it is like, I remember when it happened and I had friends that were like, oh, we're getting season tickets, and they would send me like the screenshot of the Ticketmaster queue, and it was like you're 9,000 something in line. So like when that happened, I just can't imagine the bump that the Bucs got, and now there's people that didn't know the Bucs existed in like Oregon that probably have Bucs, Tampa Bay, or Tom Brady stuff.
Should Shad Khan have sold out to get a guy like Brady?
I mean, yeah, but like, why would Tom?
It just didn't feel like it made sense for them.
No,
I remember that conversation. But,
yeah, no, I mean, it would have been dope. Don't get me wrong, but
in hindsight, now the way it's worked out, I mean,
100%.
Interesting. All right, hey, it's 1-0 UNF softball in the lead here at the top of the third. We'll be back. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. My thought about Sam Howell, why you don't want to buy a jersey, and maybe a college kid that you do want to buy a jersey for, a quarterback. We'll talk about it on ESPN 690.
What's up? It's Casey of Action Sports Jax, and the local coverage on ESPN 690 is expanding yet again. After Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690, we have been bringing you overtime on Mondays and Thursdays, but that has now changed. You can catch Brian Middleton and myself daily after Action Sports Jax and leading you into Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. So starting at 3 p.m. daily, we will have local coverage all night from Action Sports Jax to OT to Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, all right here on ESPN 690.
These days, it's getting harder and harder to find savings. But you may have more cash than you realize in your home's equity. Unlock it today with a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. That means you could unlock thousands of dollars from your home. And with Rocket Mortgage, you could get all that cash in as little as 3 weeks. Put your hard-earned money to work. Pay down high-interest debt and combine your balances into one simple, low monthly payment. Now is your perfect opportunity to take control of your financial future. So what are you waiting for? When you want to consolidate debt and simplify your finances, Rocket can. Call 8338-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started. That's 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com. Rocket.
Call for cost information and conditions. The Equal Housing Lender, licensed in all 50 states, and MLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
Walk into 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center, and it doesn't feel like you're going to the doctors. Beautiful artwork of Jacksonville on the south side location, a laid-back atmosphere, and Rep Butler and his staff are really fun to talk to, and they are there to help you out. First-time appointments and adjustments, just $39 and maybe less pending your insurance. 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center. 3 locations, south side, St. Augustine, and the west side. Look them up at 904chiro.com. 3 locations, 904chiro.com.
Let me ask you something. Are you tired of hearing no? It's kind of a bummer, right? Nobody likes to hear no. So let me ask the obvious. Are you ready to hear yes? Then you better get to Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned today. Yes, Arlington has 400 pre-owned on the lot and ready to test drive. Yes, Arlington has all makes and models. Yes, Arlington will help you get financed. Plus, Arlington's 30-day exchange program comes with your purchase. One last question. Are you going to find the vehicle you really want? Yes. Just shop ArlingtonToyota.com today.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Hey, business owners, if you are one of the 2.5 million small businesses in Florida, you know that the outside of your business is the first chance your company has to make an impression. And if you have the fading or peeling paint, you may discourage customers and block potential revenue. Whether you have stucco, brick, vinyl siding, or paint, then Rhino Shield is the perfect solution. We have been helping our commercial clients for over 20 years, and with hundreds of projects completed, we have become known as the company to call when your business needs a facelift. Rhino Shield is a permanent ceramic coating that is a superior alternative to paint and comes in any color. Call Rhino Shield today, 904-519-5055, or visit us online. The bottom line with Rhino Shield, you'll never have to pain again.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey everybody, it's Brent Martineau from Action Sports Jax. There's a good chance you have a smart speaker, so use it with ESPN 690. Stay up to date on the Jags and all things sports by telling Alexa or Google to play ESPN 690. It's as easy as that. Make sure you listen weekdays 3 until 6 p.m. on ESPN 690.
I've been telling you for a few weeks now about iCryo down in St. Johns County Pavilion at Durbin Park. We tried, the whole family uses it actually, and you should too. Go check it out, the cryotherapy chamber. It's cold, but it works. It's good for your body, all the healing, and a lot of different things that it can help with. Red light therapy is one of the newest waves of science technology there is. They have it at iCryo. Also compression. If you're a runner or an athlete, you need to recover. Recover is an important thing. They also have a sauna, IV infusions, body sculpting, and so much more down at iCryo. And maybe we'll run into you there. My wife uses it. Ty and Kayla use it. I use it as well. iCryo down in St. Johns County at the Pavilion at Durbin Park. Hopefully we'll see you there. Brent Martineau, Casey Kurtz, back here on Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. We are in the bottom of the third inning, and the Ospreys threatening again here in the A-Sun softball tournament against Kennesaw State. Up 1-0. Runner on third, one out, so we'll keep you posted. Again, UNF Osprey softball team very good this season. Their pitching staff has been excellent, especially, and trying to get a win here on a Wednesday in A-Sun softball play. I told you about a quote that I heard that maybe Sam Howell fans would maybe threaten the idea of buying a jersey. I don't know if you saw this, Casey.
I didn't, and I looked on, I'm trying to find the sound for it, so, I'm on the edge of my seat. Sam Howell seems like a likable guy, was good at North Carolina. I cannot imagine what he said. I just hope it's safe for radio. Do I need to get the dumb button ready?
He said, the only meat I eat is chicken. He's never had steak. He's there's one thing to be a vegetarian.
Yeah.
It's another thing that if you eat meat, to never have steak.
Yeah.
How's that possible?
Yeah. Not what I thought was coming out here, but that's not good, Sam. Listen, I love chicken as much as everybody. Have it most meals. Had it 3 times yesterday, but you have to go for a good steak every now and then. I mean, steak is a quality part of my life that I've been living for these years. So a little bit of disappointment. I don't think I want a franchise quarterback that's never had steak. So, yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. Going to have to leave the jersey on the shelf. Absolutely.
Yeah, are you tough enough if you've never had steak?
No, absolutely not.
Again, I'll keep the vegetarians out of the mix here. But
sure.
By the way, how do you have your steak?
Usually so here's the thing. I actually just told Amanda this the other day. Usually I order it medium, right? But if it comes raw or rare, not raw, rare, all good. I can eat that. That's fine. I would rather it not be done. You know what I mean? So I'd rather if you're going to I'd rather undercook it than overcook it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. More on that in a moment. I'm reading more about the Sam Howell thing. And this is a tweet from way back in 2021 that Sam Howell, who it says in parentheses, doesn't eat seafood, steak, or hamburgers, has signed on with Bojangles.
It's a good headline, but yeah, good for Bojangles jumping on that, but that's horrible. Yeah, that's just bad.
So he never even had a burger.
Yeah, that's brutal. That is making it worse and worse as we go. But, yeah, that's bad.
How do you survive college without ever having a burger? You can survive college without ever having a steak.
Yeah.
But how about a burger?
No, I mean, I don't know what they're serving there at the Chapel Hill cafeteria, but I have to imagine at some point in time they had burgers because we had them at UNF. You know what I'm saying?
Of all the things, right? Let's give you the chicken, the steak, the seafood.
Mm-hmm.
What am I missing? In that class,
Yeah,
what could you do without?
Oh, see, I mean, like if I had to pick out of those three, seafood. Like I'm cool. Like I like shrimp. Shrimp is good. I do like some fish, but yeah, I'm not going without the burgers and the steak, and I'm absolutely not going out with chicken. So I hate to say it, but the shrimp got to go.
That's interesting because I think seafood is my favorite of them all.
Really? Well, yeah. I don't. So part of this is I don't like sushi though.
Yeah, but I don't either. I don't count sushi as seafood, really.
Okay, I don't know.
Like, I mean, I probably should, but I'm just saying. Like, I'm a new to sushi kind of guy. Like, I like it. I don't know a lot about it. Like, I wouldn't be picky about it, but I like it. But I only tried it probably about 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, can't do it.
And now I have it regularly. That's kind of like coffee. Like, I had coffee like 10 years ago, and I haven't stopped drinking it since I got it or had it.
You've only been drinking coffee 10 years?
Yeah, I had never tried it until I was like, I don't know the age.
Do you regret that decision? Yes or no?
No, not at all. Cool. Love it.
Well, I know. I know. Trust me.
No, and then I've told this story before, but what a play by a second baseman, but not going to be able to throw her out at first. You can't dive, by the way, in softball, make a play, and still throw the runner out. It's like impossible.
Yeah.
Unless you're at third base. Yeah, I've told this story many a times. Like, I used to drink, like, coffee. Once I started drinking coffee, and then I still had, like, the 44-ounce Diet Cokes, like 2 of them a day. Yeah. And so I decided, I was like, I got to have one or the other, and I really think the coffee's probably way better for me than the Diet Coke. And so I stopped drinking the Diet Coke all the time. And that's why I drink so much coffee now.
Oh.
But so that elevated the status. I didn't drink that much prior. But anyway, yeah, weird thing. So anyway, sushi I don't think is part of the seafood family, in my opinion. I'm like a New England guy, a seafood guy. So, like, baked stuffed shrimp is something that, like, was a big deal back home. Like, that is royalty to me. Like, if I had a last meal, that would probably be it.
Really?
From some of the places, especially back home.
Interesting.
Like give me some clam chowder, some clam cakes, and some baked stuffed shrimp.
Really?
And I'll go peacefully. But that being said, I love steak too.
Yeah.
And to me, there's only one way to get the steak. That's medium rare. My dad is like an alien and would get his steak well done. Like, I didn't understand that.
Yeah, no, I can't mess with this. By the way, on the YouTube, we got one that says, I get rid of burgers. Hard to be from Florida and not eat seafood. I've been eating blue crab since I was 4.
Well, there you go. And seafood's big, obviously, around the coast, so you would think.
I just want to remind people I'm from Indiana.
Okay. What is big in Indiana?
Mac and cheese. Which, by the way, it's funny you bring that up about last meal thing, because I constantly... Listen, I've not done anything to be in a situation where I'm in a last meal situation. Like, trust me, you can background check. I haven't done anything like that. But I constantly think about what my last meal would be, and it would definitely be something with mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese. Yeah, oh, dude. Love mac and cheese. That's why I was excited that day for the luncheon, because they had the mac and cheese. Like, it was so good. Love mac and cheese.
I'll tell you, it's a funny thing about mac and cheese for me. Like, I'm not a huge mac and cheese guy. Like, I would never be like, hey, I want it. But when I get served it, especially from some of the barbecue places, it's really good.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
really good. But, like, if, like my sisters and stuff used to eat, like, Kraft mac and cheese as a kid. Like, do you like that?
I can mess with Kraft. I used to eat Kraft a lot as a kid, yeah.
Like Velveeta or something, like any of that stuff. Like, see, I didn't like that.
Well,
like,
I mean,
that wasn't good.
It's not top tier, right? I mean, like, definitely, like homemade or handmade, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's better when it's not from the box, but, like, listen, when you need mac and cheese, you do what you got to do. Box will work. It's not the best, but it'll work.
Yeah, I hear you. But anyway, so I could probably live without chicken.
Couldn't do it.
But I wouldn't want to.
Right, obviously.
But I mean, because really, like, even the grilled chicken breast is always very good, but really more for the chicken wing part.
Yeah.
I like chicken wings.
Oh, yeah. Oh, who you talking? You know.
So, like, that would be tough. But I'd still probably take seafood and steak over the chicken.
Yeah, I can't get on board with you there,
Yeah. To each their own. Medium rare, by the way, is the way to go for the steak.
Which is fine with me. All good with that. I'm telling you, I can eat it a lot of ways.
You know why medium rare, too, is because, let's just say you grill it or something, or even you get a big one like that, cowboy ribeye or something like that, something crazy from the restaurant. And then you want to come back and you microwave it or heat it back up. Well, now it's still pretty good. right?
Yeah,
because
that's
it
fair.
was rare. So now it's a little toward medium now, but at least it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
So that second go around isn't bad. I'm a leftover guy. I don't mind leftovers.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, man. I'm not a leftover guy.
My wife isn't either. You know, she doesn't we put so much in the fridge from a leftover standpoint and never eat it.
Yeah.
I try to eat it all. I love the leftovers.
Yeah, I don't. 2 reasons for the leftovers. One, I usually just eat all the food I have, which is kind of my MO. But then I just don't like to heat it up. I can't do it.
You know what's crazy is Sam Howell's playing in the NFL. And strictly because he has never had a steak or a burger, I now feel like my life is a hell of a lot better than his.
I feel like I've accomplished more, to be honest with you.
I mean, wouldn't want to be Sam Howell.
No, not
if
even
he's
slightly.
not going to eat steak.
No, not at all.
Burgers. Come on, man.
I'm fine. I'm fine being Casey at this point.
We'll be back. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. We're on to the 4th inning here. UNF Ospreys up 1-0 over Kennesaw State in the ASUN Softball Championships.
People often ask me, how much money do I have to pay you up front to be my personal lawyer? The answer is nothing. It's free unless we win. What about a slip and fall or car crash case? Free unless we win.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We teamed up with Shady Rays Sunglasses, and it's been awesome. Jump in the fun at ShadyRays.com. Put in promo code BRENT, B-R-E-N-T, for 50% off 2 pair of shades. ShadyRays.com. Head into summer in style on beach days, fishing days, golf days, every days. Perfect price, look great, and how about this? If you lose or break your Shady Rays, no problem. You'll get another pair. It's an insane lost and broken protection plan. Style, fit, performance just for you. ShadyRays.com. Promo code BRENT for 50% off 2 or more pair of Shady Rays.
Hello?
Hey, boss. I'm starting to freak out about Safe Touch security.
What are you babbling about now?
I think they figured out how to see into the future.
What?
Maybe they're reading minds or something. I don't know.
Wow, Safe Touch is really getting to you.
I read on the Crooks R Us newsletter that most alarm companies send homeowners a video file of a crime after the fact.
Yeah.
Well, with Safe Touch security, the homeowner gets notified before the crime's committed. I'm telling you, they're in our heads.
Calm down, calm down.
I'm calm.
Look, tell me the Crooks R Us golden rule again.
Stay away from Safe Touch houses.
Right, so all we gotta do is follow the golden rule.
Gotcha. I think I feel better now.
Good. Now put on your big boy pants and let's go find some houses without Safe Touch.
When you choose Safe Touch, you get so much more than an alarm system. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. All this personalized service starting as low as $1 a day.
Call Safe Touch today at 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
Hey, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Don't let the milder temperatures lull you into complacency. Fuel prices will continue to rise, as will your utility bills. Call us today and take advantage of our fall prices. We don't quote over the phone or just poke our heads up in your attic. We do a full evaluation to include attic ventilation needs as well as insulation.
Give us a call at 904-679-6282 or online at koalainsulation.com.
Got chronic joint pain, maybe not having success with steroids, but trying to avoid surgery. Well, thankfully, there's a better way, and it's now available from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics. Hey, everybody, it's Brent Martineau, and I'm talking about new therapies, advanced all-natural regenerative treatments that not only just give you relief, but also can restore and repair damaged tissue for long-lasting relief. If you've got joint pain due to arthritis, knee pain, hip pain, shoulder pain, don't just think the old ways of dealing with pain are the only ways. You need to learn more about these new biologic therapy solutions. Call now for a free consultation. It's QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. These remarkable new treatments increase mobility, and they decrease pain and help restore tissue. They actually encourage your body to heal itself. Call now and learn more about these restorative, regenerative, and revolutionary alternatives. Don't wait. Call today. QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522.
If you've been involved in a car accident and are not sure of your legal options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000 and take back control of your life.
Office in Jacksonville.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless. Now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Trade pros. Whether you specialize in service or new construction, Ferguson knows firsthand how much work goes into a long day on the job, which is why we're committed to offering the products and solutions to get every job done right. With over 1,000 locations, an unmatched selection of specialty products, tools, and supplies, our pro pickup and same or next day delivery, you can trust that doing business with Ferguson will be the easiest part of your hard day's work. Visit Ferguson.com to find a counter location near you.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
From your point guard position, and I think Tyus Jones is capable of doing it. He's definitely a guy that can make a difference defensively, but more importantly, he's going to have to make shots in this one.
Celtics center Robert Williams with knee soreness, questionable for Game 5 versus the Bucks tonight, 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio. That series is tied 2-2. Nets GM Sean Marks said today Kyrie Irving will have to prove a commitment to being available to his team that was not there this past season. Kyrie missed nearly all of Brooklyn's home games because he refused to be vaccinated against COVID-19. Baseball, today's Guardians-White Sox game postponed due to a COVID-19 outbreak within the Cleveland organization. Manager Terry Francona among those testing positive.
If you need to hire, then you need Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform helps you schedule and conduct video interviews all in one place. Finding your next great hire has never been more streamlined. Get hiring at Indeed.com/credit.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios.
This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
Zach looks good. He's definitely hit the weight room. Looks beefy. In a good way. In a good way. He's definitely filled out. So, but he's still got all his looseness and throwing the football and zip and all that stuff. So he looks good. A lot of guys look good.
I don't know who that. Oh, that must have been Robert Saleh.
It was.
There you go. Zach Wilson he's talking about. By the way, did you see the Tua throw today?
Heard about it.
Like, hey, social media. Like, I mean, just because he threw it to Tyreek Hill, like, that's great. I get it. But, I mean, it wasn't a good throw. He underthrew him. Like I said, is it a punt?
Yeah, you fried him.
I mean, it did look like it.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I'll give it to you. It was not a banner throw, absolutely. I don't know why we're posting it, but...
That's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, pick out a good play. Like, give us a 10-yard slant route if you want to do that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, if you're just going to throw one straight up in the air and he has to go run up and get it, I mean, that ain't nothing to brag about. Social media is a dangerous place. I made it more dangerous today by tweeting was that a punt?
You really did, taking shots.
And then, by the way, I have people that said, no, it was a pass. Like, really? Like, they actually thought like I was serious. Either that or they were kidding. And I think they're serious. One of the two. I don't know which one. Brent Martineau here. Casey Kurtz as well. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. We are at the UNF softball complex with a beautiful week, beautiful day. The Ospreys going to the fifth inning up 1-0. This pitching staff has been terrific all year, and they continue to dazzle again today against Kennesaw State. Have 9 outs to get to advance in the A-Sun tournament hosted by UNF and by Jacksonville University. We've talked already the last couple of days a little bit about this Josh Lambo situation, and we got to bring in the experts for this, and appreciate John Phillips jumping on and talking about the Josh Lambo lawsuit. It's not like he is the lawyer involved in the lawsuit, but he obviously has more expertise than we do. John, I hope you're doing well, man. I've seen you a little bit on social media on this topic, and we texted back and forth a little bit about it. What do you make out of the lawsuit? Did you see this coming from Lambo against the Jaguars?
Well, obviously, beautiful weather out there for you today, by the way, Brett.
Absolutely.
Obviously, back late fall, they made a splash about when Urban was fired, about what affect Josh Lambo's alleged incident with Coach Meyer where he was kicked. Yeah, it kind of made some waves, but that was pretty much that. And then right at the edge of the news day at 4:51, a complaint's filed against not Coach Meyer at all, but the Jaguars under unusual whistleblowing statute, saying that Josh Lambo was actually fired not because of missing kicks, but because of him calling out, reporting Coach Meyer for abuse. And ultimately, the allegations in there are such that he's claiming emotional distress for what Coach Meyer did. So it is all interesting. It is all unusual. I know Josh Lambo a little bit, and some of his, other issues going into the last couple of seasons, from a divorce to some personal issues, have made the rounds in the gossip columns. And what's unfortunate is when you make claims for emotional distress, all of that becomes part of a court case. So it's, not only is he putting his past and other issues that emotionally distressed him at issue, but he's got to take the unique position that he was so damaged by Urban Meyer that it essentially ruined his season and ruined his career, which just kind of shows him to be emotionally fragile in the court of law, I guess.
Yeah, so John Phillips with us, by the way, and how ironic is the news that just now came out the Jacksonville Jaguars have waived kicker Matthew Wright, the kicker that took the job of Josh Scobie last season and made the kick to win the game in London. Josh Lambo. Sorry, Scobie. And so that news just came out. Jags waived Matthew Wright. But this story today is about Josh Lambo suing the Jacksonville Jaguars. And John, I guess there's from our standpoint, like the legal system, I guess, takes care of itself. Is there, outside of $3.5 million, is there anything to gain in this for Josh Lambo? And I guess that's what caught me by surprise, because Urban Meyer had been fired. It seemed like, in a weird way, Lambo was somewhat of a hero to the fans. And now you're telling us, too, that, hey, some other things could come out depending on how deep this thing goes. Who knows what comes out? Who knows what skeletons are out there for anybody? But now you open those kind of wounds up potentially. And is there anything to be gained outside of the dollars for a guy like Josh Lambo here? I just see it, and I don't, I'm a Jaguars season ticket holder, and I've known Josh on and off, not well, but for a few years. We did a hand sanitizer charity thing together. But so I don't really care who wins or loses necessarily, but I don't get it. First of all, there's the collective bargaining agreement that generally prohibits players from using state or federal litigation in this situation for a salary dispute. So that's going to be motion to dismiss number one, which is only going to create more legal fees and issues. Now, I'm sure he found a lawyer that'll take it on contingency. But I don't see, when somebody's kind of bought a house in Jacksonville and has decided, okay, well, the NFL didn't work out for me last season, maybe I'll just take other opportunities. I don't see how suing your former employer and doing so and kind of, I don't know, emotionally, like couching everything in emotional fragility or distress is going to help other opportunities. Certainly not with the NFL. And so I don't really get it at all, either as a lawyer or as somebody that does, celebrity PR. John Phillips with us. Appreciate taking a couple minutes. Won't keep you much longer, but it is interesting you said that about his career. See, I thought his career really ended last year when he made those accusations against Urban Meyer at the time. I wasn't sure of that, especially given what then transpired with Urban Meyer. But I do think I think he probably knows his career's done and he's done with it. And Again, $3.5 million is a lot of money. So, but the weird part about all that is that he actually stayed on the roster longer than most people thought he would. Urban Meyer kept him on. So why was that? Was that because of the situation? Was he trying to get him right? Like, you just don't know. I mean, it's almost soap opera-esque in that regard. But as we talk about these situations, the Jags have a situation now with Urban Meyer where they're trying to obviously not pay him as much as he is owed. And I know you're not privy to a lot of these talks, and now this one with Lambo, do these things kind of end in settlement usually? Or do they go the distance or get thrown out? Like, is there a trend or percentage play here that how these things will end up?
Well, that's what's unusual about this one is usually they're done kind of in the closed door meeting rooms or arbitration rooms of the NFL and NFLPA. And to drag this into, a public lawsuit is just asking for dismissal, one, but for the Jaguars not to be inclined to settle. I finally read the complaint today because it was filed so late it didn't make it into court. They filed it after the clerk's office closed, essentially, and it's pretty sensational. And look, everybody who knows anything about me knows I'm not afraid to litigate in the public. I'm not afraid to release things to the media, but usually you file it first, and it's unusually being dealt with. But Josh Lambo's an unusual guy. I keep going back to the fact that I hope he was advised what making an emotional distress claim really means when it comes to depositions and discovery. And if other things caused you emotional distress, I mean, people see it in car wreck cases where all of a sudden their relationship with their wife is now being litigated by some insurance defense lawyer. And those are $50,000 car wreck cases. You better believe the Jaguars are going to pull no punches for several $1 million.
Yeah, absolutely. John Phillips, one last question. Are you the Tiger King guy?
I am the Tiger King guy. It's
how often do you get that question?
It's between Jordan Davis and the Tiger King and Omarosa versus Trump, people pick one and be like, oh, by the way, are you that guy? But Tiger King has been a big one. And, obviously we went to the NFL draft, and about halfway through the draft, especially the Cincinnati Bengals fans kind of figured it out. And so, next thing we know, we're getting, questions from Cincinnati Bengals fans. Hey, is Joe Exotic really like the Bengals? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like I can pick up the phone and ask him,
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, man, appreciate you jumping in. It's kind of a weird thing always for us to talk the legalese of what's going on. It's probably complex enough for you that know it well, especially for us that don't. So appreciate you jumping in, trying to clarify, and maybe we'll revisit down the road. We'll see where this thing ends up.
Sounds good.
All right, man. John Phillips joined us on Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. And by the way, they might have been cheering John Phillips, but they actually were cheering a heck of a play on a bunt out by Kennesaw State. And who was that? Abionet, I think, at the hot corner there, making a heck of a play. They just reviewed it over at first, and it's out. So 2 outs, runners on second and third for Kennesaw State. Ospreys cling to a 1-0 lead. And this right here is the game of softball. Trust me, as a dad who knows, this is what happens.
There's reviews?
Well, there are reviews, but also you have to be able to work out of jams in softball. And there's a lot of them. Morgan Clausen trying to work out of the latest one. She's been phenomenal, only giving up 4 hits, but this could be the decisive moment in this game here in the ASUN softball tournament. Ospreys up 1-0, 2 outs, 5th inning, and we'll let you know how it goes. Right now, Nick Morrow sweating this one out like these are your kids out there probably. And Nick Morrow's the AD for the University of North Florida. Don't turn your back on this right now.
I know. You kind of brought me in a really critical moment here, huh? Yeah.
Very critical moment.
Yeah.
So we'll sweat it out together.
That's right. I like
how's it going, man? Listen, you guys, this is a late add to your calendar. Well, not late, but late enough in your world.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what a beautiful week. ASUN must be really happy. You and JU are both co-hosting this thing. The field looks unbelievable. Weather's unbelievable. Crowd's good.
I know.
Going well, right?
It's just what we kind of imagined when we decided to step in. So usually these are awarded years in advance. Usually about 2 years in advance you can prepare for it. And this particular situation, that hurts. This particular situation, Liberty was supposed to host, and when they announced they were going to Conference USA, said, hey, let's look at the championships they were set to host, and if you're not going to be in our league, we're not going to give you that opportunity necessarily. And we volunteered to host with this new stadium, the facility we have. This is the first time we've ever hosted this championship, and we've actually had the facility to do it. And so this is perfect. It's this kind of scenario going in as a 3 seed on our home field. This kind of sets us up to make a run.
And by the way, good enough to win this whole thing, but obviously there's several good teams, and this is always going to be a tight sport anyway. I mean, it comes down to 1 run, 2 runs usually. We just saw it as a routine play to shortstop. This is how fast the game is in softball. Routine play at shortstop, beaten out at first base, and the tying run scores. I mean, it's tough. That's like an out pitch by the pitcher in baseball, no doubt. Not in softball. It's a fast game. So the Ospreys trying to hang on. Runners on the corners. Kennesaw State trying to get out of this jam and then go win it maybe in the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning. It is cool, though, that you host this all of a sudden. You obviously got the facility that just popped up, or expanded with the renovations you guys have done. And your softball team is good. So it's like this perfect formula.
Right.
And then, of course, Burrish blessed you with some pretty good weather on top. I mean, it's about as perfect as it could get right now, I think.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And we're hosting the ASUN Track Championships, which this year is the first year they moved from a 2-day event to a 3-day event. So track gets going tomorrow. Today's the practice day. And so we're going to have softball and track going nonstop Thursday, Friday, Saturday on campus. And like you said, the weather being perfect. And it's always fun when campus is alive, hosting events. And even if you look over to baseball, you get the whole baseball team at the top of the stadium right now watching and stuff. Like, that's what you want out of a campus environment, so it's really cool to be a part of.
How's this year gone? You're actually almost 1 year in the books. I mean, it's crazy, right? I mean, I feel like you've been around this thing for so long here at the University of North Florida, so it kind of feels like you've been such a key part of it. I saw Coach Moon over here. I was working a little bit with the ASUN and consulting, I think. But how has year 1 gone for Nick Morrow as the AD?
It's been great. I mean, doing this in my hometown around friends and family has really been special. A lot of people are paying attention. A lot of people are asking about it, and that's what we want. And it's been a lot, no doubt, trying to figure out getting staff hired, organized, kind of painting the vision of who we're going to be. But this summer, we're going to start unveiling renderings and plans for every one of our facilities. We're going to unveil a 5-year strategic plan going into next year. So you're going to see everything we've been working on over this past year is really going to be unveiled over the summer, and we're going to go after it, really rock and roll, and try to be the best in the conference, and then make some noise on the national level too.
Yeah, I was going to say, listen, it's cyclical to some degree, right? I mean, some years you're going to be good, some years you're not going to be as strong. Sure. You refresh it. Some other teams are really popping and really good. Who knows? We see it in basketball all the time. If you have a Dallas Moore, you got a chance, right? And there's other teams that get that Dallas Moore kind of guy. But how tight is the gap, like in this conference, to be a premier contender every year? I mean, we saw Liberty come in the conference, but they have so much money. I'm not sure that's a fair comparison.
It is not.
With all due respect to them, a great athletic program, but they also have a lot. They're playing a different game than everybody else in the ASUN.
Right.
Is the gap tight between all of the participants, or are you guys just a notch away from being perennially good in almost any sport in your vision here?
Right, and that's – Yeah, take Liberty out of it. They're literally 4 times our budget, so we won't use them. And they're leaving, going to the Conference USA, probably where they belong, from a competitive standpoint. So now we look at it, be like, the mark of an athletic department is to win the All-Sports Trophy. So every time you finish a sport, depending on where you get standings, you get a certain amount of points assigned to you. Whatever athletic department has the most points at the end of the year wins the All-Sports Trophy. So that's a measure of a well-rounded, best athletic department. And so that's what we're trying to build is, yes, win in the premier sports to give you the best exposure, but then also try and go after that All-Sports Trophy. And honestly, we're making some moves now to really kind of position ourselves to make a run at it. We've finished in the top 3 multiple times over the past 5-6 years. I would say we finished, 4 or 5 of those 5 or 6 years we finished in the top 3. We've won the men's all sports trophy 3 times in a row, from like 15 through 18. And then women's, we've been right there as runner up a lot of times too. And so it's like you said, it's just, do you hit it all at the right moment? And so we're trying to build and not just reach success in certain sports, but sustain it. And the things that we're talking about doing from a facility standpoint, from a strategic planning standpoint, is this be able to sustain that success.
How many secrets do you have like that you can't wait to share coming up? So, I mean, you know what you're working on,
right?
But you probably can't unveil all of that just yet.
Right.
Is that kind of tough? You want to almost tell everybody, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, we are going to start sprinkling it out throughout the summer. Different things that we're going to do. I mean, obviously the arena, we've got $3.3 million worth of work. We're going to start first week of June. That'll carry us through about mid-October, even probably right up to the start of basketball. There's going to be some sleepless nights with how much we got going on in there and how tight the timeline is. But we're talking about a new floor, new sound system, updated lighting, new bleacher seating, plus the Bank of England suite, which is going to be really cool on the end zone. New premium area, donor suite, high class, full liquor bar, 72 premium seats, inside, outside set up. Like, it's going to be a really cool something unique that you don't see at a lot of venues, period, much less at our level and for our program. So that's going to be really cool to unveil just in itself. We're going to be announcing a new partnership here in the next few weeks that helped us get a new arena floor done. We're going to unveil the design with that. We're going to do a summer project with lighting where we're replacing the lighting at baseball, softball, and tennis. New LED lighting. Right now we're below NCAA levels. Tennis is actually below recreation level. Wow. And we have top 70 programs in the country. They should be better. We should have a better setup for them.
What does that mean? Like below what?
So
level?
they have lighting levels, and they'll come out and measure, different parts of the court or different parts of the field, and they'll tell you what level you're at. And there's a standard for NCAA competition, and there's a standard for broadcast level. We're raising all of our facilities to broadcast level. We've invested in ESPN Plus, and obviously you're aware of that and some of the things we've done. And so now we're able to broadcast anything on this side of campus. So literally every one of our sports except for golf, we can put on ESPN Plus starting next year.
That's cool.
And so we want to raise our lighting to the broadcast level as well. But not only that, we'll put a fan experience package into it, and we're doing the same thing in the arena where we can turn the LED lights different colors for intros and national anthem and stuff like that. And then if they hit a home run here in softball, I can literally sit in the stands on my phone and start making the lights flash when we hit a home run. That'll definitely be my job next year.
Yeah.
And so, but we're really creating a unique fan experience that not only just enhances the student-athlete experience, but makes fans want to come out and have a good time, and then we want them to come back. We're talking about not ticketing for most of our events next year, too. We want people in the seats.
Interesting.
And we want to boost that fan experience. And then hopefully we attract new fans, new Osprey Club members. Maybe we sell a premium seat option within the event. But once we get them in there, then we because no one ever leaves these events saying, well, that was awful. It's a quality product. We put together a good experience. It's just a really nice time. Campus is beautiful, and people are like, man, I lived in Jacksonville for 10 years. I've barely ever been on campus.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that anymore. We want people coming to campus and enjoying what we've got.
Well, and you've got to tell people, there's so many transient people that maybe don't know that, right? Don't know the story of the University of North Florida, or really a lot of things around Jacksonville, because there's so much new in the Jacksonville area. Do you guys see that? And I know you're not in the admissions office, but everybody's moving to Jacksonville.
Right.
Do you guys see an increase? Does that have a domino effect of the amount of people going to UNF, or the amount of people aware of UNF, or the amount of people being recruited by UNF? Is there any correlation? There might not be, by the way.
There's big talk right now about enrollment growth at UNF amongst university leadership. We're going through a presidential search right now. 3 of the 4 finalists have been on campus. The next one comes in the next day or two.
Oh, they didn't call me back.
I think you may, you're just in case these 4 finalists don't make it. You'll get that next
backup
call.
list.
Right. And so we're going to get a new president that will come in with that kind of vision, too, and understand that we've got to grow. So Jacksonville's grown so much that we're at 17,000 students. Based on the population of Jacksonville today, we need to be at 30,000 students.
Wow.
That's not even accounting for future growth that's coming.
Hey, there you go. You can interrupt your conversation. That's a big hit by Bailey Agigi. How about that? The 9-hole hitter drives in the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 5th. So they brought you some good news, Nick Morrow. We got you the lead back before you got off the air.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
A lot going on. So, but
enrollment growth,
that's an interesting 17,000 should be around 30,000.
Right, to support this population. Wow. So there's really, and we've got, what's nice about UNF, we have land. We have land ability to expand. I mean, the Skinner family just donated 190 acres. We can expand towards Kernan. We can expand to the east. We can expand still north. And we've got plans as well to go along with that growth. And obviously, as an athletic department, especially one that's dependent on student fees, growth is a really good thing for us.
Yeah, good point.
That's our main revenue source. That allows us to really invest in our programs. And then the All-Sports Trophy becomes a little more doable. Because right now, what ASUN Conference members have to do is really pick and choose who you're going to invest in. We don't have enough money to invest in everything. So you'll notice who does well at certain sports.
Yeah.
Like we really do really well tennis, golf, beach volleyball, some of our spring sports. Others do really well in soccer, or some really do good in outdoor track and field. Well, we haven't invested enough in outdoor track and field to really compete for our team championship. So it's interesting. If you go through the standings, you can tell who invests and more in certain sports. But we want to invest in all of them so we can win all of them.
All right, yeah, that'd be good. Let me leave you with this, and we'll get you out of here so you can watch the rest of this game. Nick Morrow with us, AD here at the University of North Florida. I always think this is a fun time on a college campus in a weird way. School's out, right?
It is.
It was like my favorite experience ever when we played baseball. We did well my senior year, and school was out. We didn't have any school, but we were practicing.
Yeah.
It was like you were living like a pro.
Right.
But you guys are still working, obviously, and you're working around some of these events. Do you find like it's a fun energy, a different energy amongst the athletes now that the stress of exams is over with, but also it's crunch time, and this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
The long season is building toward this kind of stuff, championship kind of stuff.
Yeah, May's probably one of my favorite months for sure because, like you said, we graduated 56 student athletes last week. Then now we got baseball, softball, golf's at regionals. Women's golf just wrapped up today at Tallahassee Regional. Men's golf goes to the Yale Regional next week. We got softball competing for a championship. Baseball's in the hunt for it. Outdoor track champ. And then they'll go to NCAA. So you're right. So this is a really cool time because they can just focus on the sport. Really just, you can tell, like you said, just a little bit of relief. The semester's over. Now I can just focus on the sport and hopefully go out and win a championship. It's a cool feel.
Yeah, good time to be on the campus of the University of North Florida. I just want to let you know, like, I was thinking of the idea of trying to heckle the ump the whole game just to get thrown out live on radio because I thought it would boost ratings.
That would.
But out of respect to you and the University of North Florida, we've chosen against it.
Well, can't we bring Austin back just to get tossed for like one game or something like that?
That's good. He doesn't care. He doesn't know anybody
at this
else
point, it
over
doesn't matter. What are you going to do, fire him?
Thanks, man. Good to see you, Nick Morrow. Hopefully this game finishes up for you well. We'll take a break. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Osprey's in the lead now, 2-1 in the bottom of the fifth and still batting. Hopefully we'll see an Osprey win before the end of our show here today. ESPN 690 rolls on right after this.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly sunny and breezy today with highs in the upper 70s, dropping today to 60 degrees tonight, and partly cloudy tomorrow. Still breezy with a few scattered showers developing and highs only in the mid to upper 70s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Join me today beginning at 5 p.m. on CBS 47 at Fox 30 Action News Jax.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds.
Untouchable pricing, incredible value, phenomenal shopping experience, only at Beard's Diamonds.
Now is the time to get an estimate on replacement windows. American Window Products of Jacksonville is a high-volume dealer offering a huge selection of products to keep your costs low. New windows from American Window Products can lower your energy costs and increase your curb appeal and security, all without breaking the bank. Call American Window Products for a free estimate at 904-667-0873 or visit AmericanWindowProducts.com.
Hello?
Hey, boss. I'm starting to freak out about Safe Touch security.
What are you babbling about now?
I think they figured out how to see into the future.
What?
Maybe they're reading minds or something. I don't know.
Wow, Safe Touch is really getting to you.
I read on the Crooks R Us newsletter that most alarm companies send homeowners a video file of a crime after the fact.
Yeah.
Well, with Safe Touch security, the homeowner gets notified before the crime's committed. I'm telling you, they're in our heads.
Calm down, calm down.
I'm calm.
Look, tell me the Crooks R Us golden rule again.
Stay away from Safe Touch houses.
Right, so all we gotta do is follow the golden rule.
Gotcha. I think I feel better now.
Good. Now put on your big boy pants and let's go find some houses without Safe Touch.
When you choose Safe Touch, you get so much more than an alarm system. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. Our family of skilled operators is always there for you and your family.
Call Safe Touch today at 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
Voted best gift of the year for golfers by the ESPN 690 Golf Enthusiast Review Board. Want to make the golfer in your life love you even more? Order the 2022 ESPN Dream 18 card for just $69. Big discounts on golf all year. Golf courses are raising their rates with the recent boom. The Dream 18 card has even more value now. For less than dinner for two at your favorite upscale restaurant, you will receive tremendously discounted rounds at some of the area's best golf courses. Golf Club at Southampton, St. John's Golf and Country Club, Hidden Hills, Osprey Cove, the Yards added this year, Amelia River Golf Club, Eagle Landing, Fleming Island Golf Club, and Queens Harbor Yacht and Country Club. Plus, you'll receive a free smoothie from Smoothie King, a free hat from Dome Hats, a free shirt at Baker's Sports, and a discount on a purchase at Palm Beach Autographs. Play 2 rounds of golf, and the card pays for itself. $69, that's it. Some of the proceeds go to the Dream 18 charity as well. Buy the card at Action Sports Jax, Dream18.com. Supplies are limited. Go to Action Sports Jax, Dream18.com.
You know what's great about getting older? The toys are way cooler. Spring is here, and it's playtime. Yeah! And One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union, has slash loan rates across the board on all the toys. Motorcycles, jet skis, boats, RVs, ATVs, even golf carts. And it's fun and potentially dangerous. One-to-One Financial has the perfect loan to help you finance it. Check out our rock-bottom rates and apply now at one-to-one-fcu.org. Come out and play. Federally insured by NCUA.
How would you like to relieve inflammation, headaches, anxiety, arthritis, even joint pain? Improve your sleep, maybe a 500-calorie burn or an endorphin kick. Total body healing at iCryo. It's now open in St. Johns County at the Pavilion at Durban. One lifestyle service, just $39. Get special passes to save more on multiple lifestyle services. Cryotherapy, IV therapy, body sculpting, and more at iCryo. Elevate your lifestyle at iCryo. Now open in the Pavilion at Durban Park in St. Johns County.
Sometimes we push those health worries to the back of our minds, way back. But if chest pain, heart racing, or shortness of breath have been bothering you, bring them up front. Call a doctor. It could be a condition like atrial fibrillation. AFib can have other symptoms too and increases stroke risk about 5 times. This is no time to wait.
A message from Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer. Learn more at notimetowait.com.
Here at Total Wine & More, you'll find what you love and love what you find, especially our totally low prices.
My friends and I are hanging out this weekend, and I'm on cooler duty.
Well, these seltzers and canned cocktails, they'll make you the king of the cooler.
Oh, that sounds good. Wow, I can fill my cooler without emptying my wallet?
Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More, with the lowest prices in Florida. Drink responsibly, B21.
ESPN 690 just wrote a check for another $1,000. It's the payroll payout, and you can be cashing in on any one of the 5 chances we're giving you every weekday. Listen at 8 a.m., 10, noon, 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. for your shot. This is a nationwide contest. Message and data rates apply. Get the complete rules now at ESPN690.com.
Hey, if you're like me, you've watched the housing market just boom in Northeast Florida. Everybody's seeing it. It makes you think about taking advantage of the market if you're selling. What if you could sell your home and just skip the hard parts? You can at opendoor.com. Changing a lot of ways we do things nowadays, and well, this is the new way to sell your home. Go to opendoor.com. You go to the website, you answer a couple minutes worth of questions. Very simple. They'll send you an offer if you're eligible. You moving next month, next year, or maybe you're just thinking about moving. Try opendoor.com. It's simple. It's easy. Skip the hassles and hurdles of listings and showings and potential obstacles. Just sell it to Open Door at opendoor.com. Hundreds of thousands of homeowners are requesting offers. You can do the same. Sell your home, skip the hard parts. Get your free offer at opendoor.com/myoffer. Offer eligibility varies. Open Door is represented by Open Door Brokerage Incorporated, license 0206-1130 in California, and Open Door Brokerage, LLC, in its other markets. Welcome back to Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. We just had a big inning here at the UNF softball complex. We're under review again, Casey Kurtz. The Owls made a nice play, bobbled the play at second, got a force out at second. They called out. I'm not so sure they were right. I think the Ospreys might win this review. That's what my eyes say. But maybe I have Osprey goggles on. I'm not sure.
So are they looking at like a screen?
Yeah, they're looking. Well, all the games are on ESPN Plus, right? And so they have a replay monitor.
Okay.
And just like basketball, when I do the basketball games, they'll come over and look at the replay monitor.
Well, yeah.
And it's going to be really hard to see this play, but I mean, if it's obvious, you're going to be able to, say if they got the call right or not. And they do. They got the call right. You know what? Like, I always think of this in Major League Baseball too. and this just happened, and I don't have the names of our umpire. Actually, I think I do. Destiny Robinson, that's who that was. So she makes the call. I thought she was in an awkward position because of the way the play unveiled itself, but she makes the out call. Like, she had a good view of it, and then so they review it, and she comes out and she says out. And there's going to be, for an umpire, it's going to be like, I told you people I got it right.
There you go. Let him know. That is true. Like, you got the pride behind it. Absolutely.
Absolutely, right? I mean, listen, it was a close call. I got it right. I say this all the time to when you're watching your kids play, when it's high school ball, there's so many good teams around here. Games are intense. Everybody wants to win. Yeah, we're all guilty of probably acting a fool sometime. Me too. But I'll say this about the two things about the umpires, even though I don't mind getting on them once in a while, and especially if they're inconsistent, and especially if one pitcher's pitching. But there's a certain amount. Like, I don't even think the umpires mind with that. I do think the constant blaming is something in our society that, like, we are, like, if you're still an hour and a half after the game still blaming the umpire for a loss, unless it was just like the most egregious thing ever, like, I think you're doing it wrong, you know? Sure, there's always going to be questionable plays. There's always going to be close plays. There's a lot of close plays in every level of ball. But I'm telling you, I video every game that my kids play or that I can. Mm-hmm. And I will tell people in the stands on a close play at the plate, close play at first, close play anywhere, not the balls and strikes stuff. That's more debatable. But the plays at the bases, I will say, you might think they got it wrong because you're wearing a certain colored glasses for your team and you see it a certain way and you're a bit biased. But 99% of the time I go back and I slow that play down frame by frame on my video, those damn umpires are right. Like, it's amazing how many times they're right.
Yeah.
And I think it just happened again out here. And so it's and by the way, the other part of it is, like, you have to watch even some of the plays that I'll see at the high school level that they do get right or even might have got wrong. You have to slow it down and watch it like 50 times before you really know.
Right.
It's just amazing in this sport. And probably it's so much more subjective in, like, football and even in basketball and foul calls. But, like, in this sport, you'd think it would be more matter of fact, and you wouldn't think there'd be that many close plays. Yet, every night at every park in America, there are plays that are so close, and there are usually multiple plays in every game that are so close. Like, it is really not an easy job to be an umpire. And they do a terrific job out at the bases. Like, that's my part about the replay stuff, even in Major League Baseball. It's like, those guys get those calls right like 99% of the time, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with you.
Do we need it? Again, replay, in my opinion, is there for the egregious mistake. And some people make really bad mistakes. And you should be able to correct it with our technology. But the frame by frame, like, did he slide off the bag and his foot just there's separation and air coming between the bag and the cleat? Like, come on. Like, why are we doing that?
Got to get it right, Brent.
Again, it's like these guys are right, in my opinion, around the bases especially, as much as, like, kickers used to make extra points.
So it used to be automatic.
It's just about automatic.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, if you break down the numbers. Now, again, balls and strikes, different story, because that has some interpretation to it. But I just think it's the umps are right a lot. I mean, they really are. So shout out to
my
all
cousin's
the umpires.
an umpire.
Really? Like, would you want to be an umpire?
I did it once. Wasn't fun. It was like little kids. I got yelled at. It was an interesting experience.
Like, I think I would. Like, I think it's a cool way to be a part of the game. I do think, like, some of the stuff they take is over the top. I'll tell you something else. Like, I've heard this from umpires. That a lot of umpires, like the youth umpires, like doing softball more than baseball. And the reason being is because the baseball guys won't let it go. Like, 6 innings later, they're still talking about a call in the first inning. And even the boys and the baseball players, like, start thinking about it, talking about it, chirping about it. The girls And the coaches in softball, for the most part, they get over it faster, is what I've been told. They move on faster. And the girls are smiling like 3 pitches later. And so I always thought it was really interesting that as I talked to a guy last year, and he did like the travel ball world and did like 18 games in a weekend. And he's like, no, I'm never doing baseball.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't that an interesting description about I never thought of it that way?
Yeah.
And by the way, this game is so dang fast that you probably have more close games in softball than you do in baseball.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I would think. I mean, yeah, everything's faster in softball. So, yeah, I would agree with that.
So Fran Delaney's in charge of, like, I think he's just in charge of the Jacksonville Umpires Association. And I will actually, like, send him stuff sometimes just for interpretation. That, like, if I don't know the rule or if I'm confused on the rule, because and I never send it out on Twitter or anything like that, even if an ump got it wrong. But I just want to know from my knowledge of the game. There's so many things that happen at a ball field that's like, I can't believe that just happened, you know? Mm-hmm. And we see that all the time in Major League Baseball still. Like, some of these stats that happen, it's like, that hasn't happened before. Ohtani hits his first Grand Slam ever just the other night. Did you believe Aaron Judge just walked off for the Yankees for the first time in his career?
Yeah,
like,
it feels
he hadn't
weird.
hit a walk-off before?
Yeah, agreed. I didn't know that until it happened, obviously.
So back to, would you like to be an umpire or an official? I didn't know we were going to get on this, but here we go. I mean, I love organic sports radio sometimes, just how we get here. I think I would to stay in the game. I think it's a cool way to stay in the game. I got an old sports director, a buddy of mine, up in Albany. He does, like, his girls played lacrosse. And so he went and got his officiating whatever in lacrosse. And he does a lot of games because he really enjoyed watching the games. His kids have moved on from the game. And so he does lacrosse games.
All right.
And I was like, that'd be a cool way to stay in the game a little bit. But we always do. I brought up Fran's name because I always want to do this story where we go incognito for a story and be the umps for a game and get mic'd up, and nobody's supposed to know it's us for TV.
That would be cool.
And then just to hear what the umpires hear.
That's true.
And again, I am not, by the way, calling the kettle black here. Like, I can be guilty of it. Been guilty of it. Like, and I do believe there's, like, a certain part of it that's, like, okay. Like, it's okay to, like, not agree. It's just kind of the way you do it sometimes. But I've listened back to myself a time or two, and I'm like, that might have been a little too strong.
We can't win them all, Brent.
Yeah, but you like to be better. But in the moment,
sure.
It gets heated. It's intense. It's going to be intense tomorrow over there at Oak Leaf High School when Creekside's playing.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big game.
Yeah, Brent's going to get after him. Brent, maybe I should come and get tossed. I really want to get tossed as a fan now.
No, you don't want to get tossed. You don't want to get tossed in the high school game, though.
As a fan, I do, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, here, okay, if it's going poorly in terms of balls and strikes, you call me immediately. First inning, I'll get there, I'll get tossed.
We got some jumping up and down going on here. I didn't even update this, by the way. The Ospreys scored 3 times when Nick Morrow was on in the last half an inning. They're up 4-1 now through 5.5. So good stuff for your University of North Florida Ospreys. And I'm not inviting you to the Creekside game to get tossed, by the way, okay?
I'm just going to show up. I know where it's at.
I probably can get yelled at myself from the umpires.
Okay. I'm just trying to help, Brent.
Yeah, I hear you, though. Come out here, though, and get tossed. I don't care.
Is there a game after this one, by the way, since it's like a tournament?
No, it's really wild. Like, tomorrow's the big day with 4 games here. So if the Ospreys win, they'll play again at 10 a.m. But this is the only game here today because, again, they're splitting time with Jacksonville University as well. Would you like to be an umpire or an official?
No.
I think people want to say yes, though. But then when you're in it for a bit, they're like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah, I would say it's one of those things. You got buyer's remorse for sure once you're in it.
Hey, you get paid decent nowadays, though. It ain't bad money, I will tell you that. We'll be back. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690.
What's up? This is Brian, and if you haven't checked out Action Sports Jax Overtime yet, starting at 6 p.m., you're missing out on moments just like this.
The Jags not drafting Kevon Thibodeau will be the worst mistake this franchise has ever made, in my opinion. This guy is a game wrecker. This guy is going to be a problem for a long time in this league. Travon Walker, the best we can hope for is he'll be the same. But I think Kevon Thibodeau's the best player in the draft. I think every team that passes on him is making a mistake. The way I see it, this is the best player in the draft with the highest ceiling, and I think the Jags are making a mistake by not picking this man.
Voted best gift of the year for golfers by the ESPN 690 Golf Enthusiast Review Board. Want to make the golfer in your life love you even more? Order the 2022 ESPN Dream 18 card for just $69. Big discounts on golf all year. Golf courses are raising their rates with the recent boom. The Dream 18 card has even more value now. For less than dinner for two at your favorite upscale restaurant, you will receive tremendously discounted rounds at some of the area's best golf courses. Golf Club at Southampton, St. John's Golf and Country Club, Hidden Hills, Osprey Cove, the Yards added this year, Amelia River Golf Club, Eagle Landing, Fleming Island Golf Club, and Queens Harbor Yacht and Country Club. Plus, you'll receive a free smoothie from Smoothie King, a free hat from Dome Hats, a free shirt at Baker's Sports, and a discount on a purchase at Palm Beach Autographs. Play 2 rounds of golf, and the card pays for itself. $69, that's it. Some of the proceeds go to the Dream 18 charity as well. Buy the card at Action Sports Jax, Dream18.com. Supplies are limited. Go to Action Sports Jax, Dream18.com.
This message is sponsored by the Florida Department of Health, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Before we left the hospital, my daughter received her newborn hearing screening. It only took a couple of minutes, and it was a painless test.
As a dad, nothing is more important than your child's health.
It was that initial screening that led to her early identification of hearing loss.
And as a result, we found out about our baby's rare condition, which allowed us to review treatment options quickly.
Go to FloridaNewbornScreening.com to learn more.
This year, CGC Water Treatment is celebrating 75 years in business. Put their experience to work for you, like my family did. Discover how good your water can be with a new Connecticut softener and drinking water system. Connecticut's twin tank, non-electric softeners are the most efficient softeners available, and their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. That's clean water. If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Call today and save hundreds on a new Connecticut system. Financing available with approved credit. And because the professionals at CGC Water are committed to being your go-to water experts, you can trust their master plumber with all your plumbing needs as well. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. I'm a proud customer of many years of CGC Water Treatment, and they are proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars. CGC Water Treatment, your local independent Connecticut dealer.
Hey, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Don't let the milder temperatures lull you into complacency. Fuel prices will continue to rise, as will your utility bills. Call us today and take advantage of our fall prices. We don't quote over the phone or just poke our heads up in your attic. We do a full evaluation to include attic ventilation needs as well as insulation.
Give us a call at 904-679-6282 or online at koalainsulation.com.
Whether you're in business or in school, Staples has your tech.
How about wireless headphones so I'm not tied to my desk?
Staples has your tech.
A tablet for when I travel by train?
The latest laptop for a soon-to-be summa cum laude?
Staples offers tech solutions and accessories for learners, small business, and remote workers, too. From the latest laptops to networking solutions. And now, Apple AirPods Pro are just $199. You save $50. The latest tech solutions are at Staples, the working and learning store.
Ends 5/14, limit 2 while supplies last.
Hey, this is Bomani Jones. What's your favorite podcast? Let me tell you why that'll be number 2 after you listen to mine. 3 times a week, I'm going to challenge you to keep up with me as I discuss topics from the latest in technology and music, and people getting dunked on. Also, you'll get the very best analysis of the games, and we watch them with encyclopedic level historical connection. Plus, we have got a community of guests that you'll feel like are your closest friends in no time. Listen and subscribe to The Right Time with Bomani Jones Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, my name's Kevin. I'm active duty, so I'm figuring out my options while I'm stationed here.
Hey, Kevin. Navy Federal Credit Union is celebrating Military Appreciation Month, so you called the right place.
Guess you could say it's like a match made for Kevin. Get it?
Very good.
At Navy Federal, our mission has been to help the military community for over 85 years. During Military Appreciation Month, we're celebrating the commitment that connects us. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/celebrate. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Listen to ESPN 690 anytime, anywhere, on any device. Whether you're at home or on the go, get the latest on the Jags, FSU, the Jumbo Shrimp, and Action Sports Jax on Odyssey.com. That's AUDACY.com or on ESPN690.com.
Welcome back, Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. We're live at the UNF Softball Complex. Speaking of complexes, I almost have one sometimes when I'm on the radio. Not like all the time, but sometimes in these settings. Because I'm seriously, how close am I to home plate? Like 20 feet?
Close, for sure, yeah.
Maybe 20 feet. Maybe a shade more, but not much more. I'm trying to count the steps right now. It's about 7 paces, 8 paces. Yeah, so 20 to 30 feet, let's just say. And then there's also people right here trying to enjoy the game. And so I'm like, Steph will tell me when during the pandemic, when I did the show from home, she's like, I remember doing one in the backyard, and she was like, you are like yelling. Like you can hear you all the way down the street.
Jeez.
I was like, I'm just projecting. I just have some good energy today, I guess. I don't know. But now, like, it's in my head a little bit. And so when I went to the Combine, the same thing was happening. Like, I didn't realize it for, like, the first 2 hours of the show a couple years ago. We're at the Combine. We're inside the convention center. They're doing, like, weightlifting stuff. Like, how many times can you bench 225? And here I am, going to show 3 to 6. And I'm just, like, talking to myself, but kind of loud enough where I do kind of feel people looking at me a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever. I don't know any of these jokers.
Get them.
And, like, I don't really care here either, except, like, I don't want to, like, I don't want to disrupt their enjoyment of watching the game.
Right.
But I don't think I'm loud. Like, I'm not sensing that people are looking at me to that degree.
I mean,
like, man, shut up.
I mean,
or tone it down.
You just got to look around, you know?
I am. Like,
maybe go poll the audience.
Like, if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, like, the game is behind me. And where I'm facing, like, there's about 35 people, like, well, not that many.
You just got a lot quieter, by the way.
Watching the game. Well, I just called out the people watching the game, so I got a little quiet. I got my golf voice. Mm-hmm. So 25 people watching the game. So, but they're not really, like, looking at me much. So I guess maybe I'm not yelling.
You should ask the closest person if you're too loud.
I've thought about it. I'm kind of enjoying just the figuring out process right now.
Like, do you think those people now know that you're talking about them?
No, I don't think so.
You literally keep getting quieter. I think you're a little concerned, Brent.
Nah, I'm not. But I kind of feel like that'd be fun, too, just talk about them and see if they were to hear something.
Yeah, just wait till they look over. Like, move the camera on the people and see if they catch on. Yeah, I like it.
I still think, like, it'd be the greatest show in the world to do something like that. Like, just go in the middle of like the town center and just be constantly, like, videoing people and doing play-by-play of what they're doing, and they have no idea if you're doing that or not.
That would be good.
I think it would be entertaining. And in today's day and age, it would be highly entertaining.
I think it would be good. I think you got an idea there, Brent.
So I just don't want to be the one. Like, I wouldn't be – like, I need to hire somebody to do that. Got to be – it doesn't fit me, but I think it would be a lot of fun to do. Brent Martineau, Casey Kurtz, Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. We don't talk a lot of college football recruiting, but something caught my attention. I've seen it and like twice in the last week and a half, and the latest one is that Arch Manning is going to – he's like the number one prospect of the 23 class, obviously related to the Mannings, and he is going to visit Florida, I guess, going to visit the Swamp in the summer. But previously, like last week, I saw that like Arch Manning was doing this, and I was like, wait a minute, he's not committed yet?
Yeah.
It was interesting. Like, I just kind of got lost in the shuffle in the recruiting world. I'm like, he's not. Why isn't he committed yet? How odd is it that the number one prospect of the 23 class in football is not committed in a day and age where we see 8th graders, 9th graders, 10th graders? This kid just is completing his 11th grade year, and he's not committed.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it comes down to, like, you want to make the right decision. I don't see Arch Manning being a guy that's, like, verbal commit, then uncommits, then goes somewhere else. Like, I think he'll make his decision and kind of roll with it. And I think he just wants to make sure he's got everything checked out and been everywhere he wants to go, like Florida or like Georgia. We know he's been to Georgia. We know he's been to Ole Miss. He's been all over. But he's also got the advice of Eli and Peyton and everybody in that family telling him giving him advice, let's just say. So I think it's surprising, but at the same time, it's not, because he's going to vet out the whole situation. I'm just glad the Gators are in the mix. Will he go there? Absolutely not. But I'm just, I'm not super surprised, but I do get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I was surprised. I guess Georgia, Alabama, and Texas are the top schools. Yeah. Like, that just came out, I guess. LSU and Florida also on the radar.
Ole Miss is in the radar, too. 100%.
And Ole Miss, too?
Yes.
But I think in this day and age, man, that's just really odd. And it also, does it show you if you're that good that you can wait? Like, see, if there's a kid, let's just say he's the 12th best quarterback in the country right now, and he's the class of 23. See, that kid, I believe, is getting pressured to commit ASAP before I fill up this spot with the 6th-ranked guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or even the 6th-ranked guy in the next year class, like the 24 class, or the best guy in the 24 class. I'm saying, like, hey, man, you got to, like, that's the way the recruiting world works. And so I don't know. Maybe I'm lost on it because, again, I'm not locked into that stuff. I don't like a college team enough to care about it, like, that much.
Right.
I would pay attention more locally if Arch Manning was from Jacksonville. But I just think, I wonder if he's so good that he's the one that can dictate the pace of this. And are we about to see a little bit of a change in times when it comes to the recruiting, especially for the big guns? Because if he is going to wait, that might be smart because he can see how the transfer portal works itself out a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying on that part, but I think he starts day one no matter where he goes and no matter who the quarterback is. So, like, yeah, I see what you're saying, like, watch and see where guys transfer, but I think if he goes to Alabama, he's playing.
Yeah, and by the way, like, I understand that there's an early signing day now in December, and what is his name? The kid that spurned FSU and went to play for Dion. Like, obviously they decide late. Guys decide late, like, or later, like December. So it's not like it's too late for Arch Manning. I'm not saying that. But I think for a lot of these top guys, especially the quarterbacks, I feel like a lot of them would be committed by now. And keep in mind also, guys like Arch Manning usually go early enrollment. So he's really only got like 6 months left of high school.
True.
Before he ends up on a college campus, if he's going to choose to do that. So, I don't know, I just thought when I saw his name pop up a couple times, like, wow, I didn't realize he'd be still, like, waiting and deciding. But I like it for the kid, man. Take your time. The more mature you are when you can make that decision, in my estimation, the better. Yeah. We got football at 5 coming up. The UNF Ospreys lead 4-1 in the 7th. They're a couple outs away from advancing in the ASUN Softball Championship. It might happen by the time we come back. Football at 5, Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 next.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
How would you like to relieve inflammation, headaches, anxiety, arthritis, even joint pain? Improve your sleep, maybe a 500-calorie burn or an endorphin kick. Total body healing at iCryo. It's now open in St. Johns County at the Pavilion at Durban. One lifestyle service, just $39. Get special passes to save more on multiple lifestyle services. Cryotherapy, IV therapy, body sculpting, and more at iCryo. Elevate your lifestyle at iCryo. Now open in the Pavilion at Durban Park in St. Johns County.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back just for buying the gas I was going to buy anyway.
But is it a hassle to use?
No, it's super fast and easy. And I can cash out whenever I want.
That's a total no-brainer. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WARM for a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WARM for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WARM for a $5 bonus.
One of the more difficult issues facing small businesses today is having enough work to keep good employees. What if your business was affected by a sudden or extended drop in income because of COVID-19? What can be done to ensure that the people who are your top performers remain with you? Many of our SCORE volunteers have faced similar situations and willing to share their expertise. Take advantage of the opportunity to gain their knowledge by registering to participate in a SCORE webinar or schedule a free confidential meeting with a counselor at jacksonville.score.org.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you have to drive 300 miles to your cousin's wedding. Okay, so it's his fourth. But you know what they say, fourth time's the charm. Well, here's the problem. Your tires are as bald as I am. But lucky for you, eBay Motors has tires for just about every make and model. Plus wheels, lug nuts, jack stands, and more. 122 million parts. Do they have tissues? Oh, good, because I'm definitely a crier. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Jacksonville area attorneys. Offices in Jacksonville and by appointment only in Ponte Vedra Beach. Online at CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
Of a dedication to play. The Nets GM is attempting to reset the team's culture, notes ESPN's Ramona Shelburne.
This is him saying, I'm in charge, Joe Tsai's in charge. That whole comment that Kyrie made at the end of the season of me and Kevin, and along with Joe and Sean, that comment, that did not go over well, as you can tell. And this was a big reset, I thought, from management to say we're in charge.
Celtics center Robert Williams questionable for Game 5 of their second-round playoff series against the Bucks tonight with left knee soreness. 6:30 Eastern, ESPN Radio, series tied 2-2. Baseball, today's Guardians-White Sox game postponed because of a COVID-19 outbreak within the Cleveland organization. Manager Terry Francona among those testing positive. He's sidelined indefinitely.
Springtime hiring sprees call for Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform helps attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor a job and instantly receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Now, your chance to win $1,000 with the ESPN 690 payroll payout.
Text the word train to the number 70123 before 15 past the hour. That's TRAIN.
Your next chance to win is coming again tomorrow at 8 a.m. This is a nationwide contest. Message and data rates apply. Get the complete rules now at ESPN690.com. Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
That's it indeed. First for the puck, Bushnevich out in front. Tarasenko score! Oh, there's the line we said had to show up for the Blues, and they just did. Bushnevich, Tarasenko, St. Louis got the lead.
Start football at 5 with a little hockey.
Hey, man, I know what we have planned for football at 5, so I think the hockey makes sense.
Oh.
Does it not?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Very good. I like it.
By the way, do you have any – well, oh, they said the team. Never mind. I was going to ask you if you knew who Tarasenko played for.
Nah, I wouldn't have.
Yeah. In St. Louis.
Have you been watching a lot of the hockey?
Oh, yeah.
But it's interesting, right? The series are all, like, knotted up or close to it, or, you know, they're really good series, but the games haven't been very good.
Yeah, a lot of the games have been blowouts, especially by the scoreline. Some of them have been closer, but ended up getting out of hand late. But, yeah, a lot of the games are close. It's been a good series most part, and we're going to see how it plays out. But, yeah, there's been a lot of good series. But, yeah, I've been locked in.
Brent Martineau, Casey Kurtz, and do we have Brian Middleton, or is he still, like, on the phone or something?
Yeah, he's in the – I don't know where he's at.
Calling his bookie or
he's around here somewhere. We'll find him.
So he'll be here with us in the 5 o'clock hour. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. How about a congratulations to the UNF Ospreys? They win 4-1, get that big 3-run inning, And they will play tomorrow morning, I think, against Central Arkansas.
We're swooping.
At 10 a.m., so we want to catch some ball in the morning out here.
10 a.m.?
10 a.m. game. I think there's 4 games tomorrow. So that's a nice win to get things rolling here for a UNF Osprey team that's very good and capable of winning this tournament here on their home field. That, by the way, will take place all the way through Saturday. Doug Peterson, you mentioned he dropped the puck yesterday. You know, he did a good job with that.
Yeah, but what did I tell you, Brent? The picture's always awkward. And go back and look. Dougie P's looking down where he's going to drop the puck, which makes sense. You got one dude looking at the camera, and you got another dude not looking at the camera. I told you, nobody's ever looking at the same spot. Never.
Yeah, that's true. But I didn't sense, like I was out there on the ice, by the way. Camera in hand.
Really? Were you on a carpet? Don't cap here, Brent. Were you on the ice or were you on the carpet?
No, I was on the ice. The carpet was there, and I walked back on the carpet, but I was on the ice. And so I was like, oh, this could be a disaster.
That'd have been awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Not as fun.
But I thought anyway, the whole thing was like, it wasn't bad. Like it wasn't, I understand what you're saying about the awkward nature of it, but it wasn't that awkward. Like it was kind of cool. Like the whole photo op and the shots looked good. Let me tell you something about what's crazy about today's technology too, a little inside the business. I believe yesterday the video I took off the phone was better than the video I took using like a $40,000 camera.
Interesting.
It's just the lighting and the way stuff pops. And now, listen, a very good photographer probably would have made the $40,000 camera work better.
You'd hope, yeah.
Like, I'm pretty just average at that.
So, like, if Marcel was doing it, you're saying?
Yeah, we'll give Marcel props.
I was trying to, and then you kind of, you hesitated a little bit. You yellow-lighted it. You could have just gone straight for it, but that's okay. We'll move on.
I was just trying to think if Marcel would have made it on the ice or if he would have slipped and fell.
Well, listen, no. I considered that, and I left that part out, but I thought about it. I don't know if Marcel makes it out there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm not sure. But anyway, my point being, it's amazing that even that way I have this discussion, the technology is amazing. Like, the iPhone is amazing. The iPhone's, just one of the greatest inventions of all time. That's it, simply put. One other side note before I get into Doug Peterson, what he had to say. A couple of bathroom things here. Just ran and gone to the bathroom here at UNF.
Okay.
Might have been the highest urinal I've ever been to in my life.
Really?
Yeah. Like you have like the little urinals, and you're like, those are like the baby urinals.
Yeah.
But this was like it might have been like I felt like I needed a step stool.
Interesting. And they're new, right? New
like
bathrooms?
If you're like, not to call him out or anything, but he's in Peru. But if you're like Stuart Weber's size, you might had to use a different urinal.
Oh no.
So, like I don't know if they measured it differently when they hung the thing.
Right. Just maybe a technical error.
I don't know, but it was definitely like Brian Middleton's like 6'8". He wouldn't have a problem.
Right.
Like 5'10.5", Brent. Like it was.
It was a challenge.
Not really, but it was close. It was noticeable.
It was closer than it needed to be.
Yeah, it was. So there's that. The other thing is, I texted my wife today, and so, like recently, the last couple of weeks, for whatever reason, it feels like I don't know what kind of toothpaste we're using, but the tube of toothpaste, it's just like it's been like spilling all over the bathroom countertop.
Okay.
Okay, like so after it's done, it's like there's toothpaste like everywhere.
Yep.
And so you use it a couple of times, like whatever, nobody's going to see this. Who cares? And then all of a sudden it starts adding up, and there's like toothpaste everywhere. And I'm like, I got to clean all this up. So I clean it up. I'm like, what is up with this toothpaste thing? Like it's just like leaking toothpaste. And so we actually, I got toward the end of it. I was like, I threw that thing out, and I got the next tube of toothpaste. And so I have made a concerted effort this week to make sure, like, there's no toothpaste, like, on the countertop. or in the sink. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes you put toothpaste on the brush, and then it just keeps coming out of the tube, and it ends up, like, in the sink and then it hardens up, you know? Like, you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Well, so I make this concerted effort to make sure that didn't happen, like close the tube, because that's part of the problem.
Yep.
It's like you leave the top open.
Mm-hmm.
Well, today I noticed, this was my second brushing of my teeth, by the way, before I left, just to let you know, dentist. And I noticed, I'm like, what the heck? There's toothpaste coming out of the tube, and it's on the counter. And I know I closed it because I made an effort to do this. So I texted Steph, and I said, and she was at lunch with somebody, and I said, I was trying to not spill the toothpaste everywhere. I closed it up. I put you in capital letters are the offender. Careless toothbrushing.
Careless toothbrushing.
So I put that to her. She wrote back. She said, whatever. I closed it up today.
All right.
It was a great exchange. So take that to the bank for your future years of marriage.
Will do. I will do that.
And now when you go brush your teeth, you'll make sure you close. See, like this one didn't even have a cap on it.
Yep.
This was one of those that looks like the twisty cap. Like this was not the twisty cap.
Okay.
This was like the snap cap back on.
Yeah.
You know, like, think about like a ketchup bottle.
No, I'm thinking about the toothpaste I have that's also a snap cap. But yes.
Yours is a snap cap?
Yes.
You know, because if you don't snap it, sometimes like the thing starts dangling.
Yes.
And then the toothpaste comes out.
Uh-huh.
That's how we get to this situation today. So that's it. Is Middleton still on the phone?
Yeah, I don't know where he's at.
All right, shoot, man. I mean, we invite the guy to the show for 5 o'clock hour, and now he's not even here.
Yeah, I told him, I'm like, hey, we got this thing with Doug P. Like, you can finish up that. I didn't know this is what we were doing.
All right, let's talk about Doug Peterson.
I thought, you know.
I put Doug Peterson on hold for toothpaste.
This might have been my fault. Like, I feel like we can't blame Brian Middleton on this one. This might be my fault.
Overrated or underrated that Doug Peterson has been out at the Shrimp and out and about and dropping the puck at the Iceman. Should we care about that? Do you like that? What do you think?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. I think we should care because it feels like Doug Peterson cares. So if Doug Peterson cares enough to go out into the community, and the clip you posted on Twitter, he said a little bit like when he goes out to dinner too, like he wants to be seen and wants to be out and kind of connect with the people. So I do appreciate what he's doing. So yeah, I think it is like in terms of like big deals, like small deal, like there's nothing going on in the NFL right now. So is it a big deal? Yeah, because I think he's doing a good thing to kind of become one with the fan base.
All right, listen, we're going to hear from Doug Peterson in a moment, but first we're going to hear from Marcy Higgs, who's joining us. Casey, talk for another moment about Doug so I can get the camera set up so everybody at home can see Coach.
Okay, another minute on Doug. Like I said, I think it's pretty cool that he was out there. The drop of the puck, like I said, as I predicted, was a bit awkward. Nobody's looking at the camera. Nobody's doing the right thing, although Brent was out there trying to get everything hooked up like he is right now with the camera. Brett, I'm not going to lie, I don't have much else to say about this because that's pretty much how I feel about it. So hopefully your camera skills are just about done. It looks like they are.
Yeah, they are. They are done. We'll hear from Doug Peterson in just a bit. But I do think it's a good thing that he's out there at these games and community. And I asked him a little bit about that, how important it is in this market. You know, he comes from Philadelphia. You can get lost in the Philly market. There's also 4 major pro sports teams. But I wonder how he feels and knows about that here in Jacksonville and how much it matters and means and how you can kind of reach out and touch people here in Jacksonville in a different way. I think players have learned that over the years as well. So more Doug Peterson talk in just a moment. Brent Martineau, Casey Kurtz, Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Casey's back in the studio, Coach Higgs, and he's happy he's a North Florida guy. He's a UNF guy. So congratulations as you guys get the W here in the ASUN softball tournament. Got that big 5th inning that got the job done, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of postseason softball, you know what I mean? Like, no lead is safe. You got to play the full 7 innings. If you let up for a second, you got somebody coming after you. So, I mean, Kennesaw is always super scrappy. Even when they played here before, it was like tight games, and, you know, we have a lead and they come climbing back. And It's just a battle back and forth. So great game.
Yeah, we had Nick on, actually. He was the good luck charm. Actually, he relinquished the lead while he was on and then got it back while he was on. So he turned out to be the good luck charm. But I said it to him because you guys had that inning where they score and it's second and third and then it's runners on the corners. I mean, that's what your game is all about. I mean, there's always threats, but you got to be able to put out the fire, don't you?
Yeah, we definitely do. And I gave, Clausen a lot of credit. I think she would tell you it probably wasn't her sharpest game. But she does a great job. I mean, there's no position she hasn't been in. She's a senior. She's kind of been through the gamut this year. Put her in bases loaded with one out in certain games and ask her to, save the day. And, she's done a great job all year for us. And, the change-up's pretty nasty, and she can keep people off balance. We're getting ground balls. We just got to make plays.
How do you view this? I mean, you know the situation. You guys obviously want to win this thing, and you've got a lot of good competition between Central Arkansas. Liberty's been the class of the conference, even though you guys have been fantastic all year. You're just going to go get another one tomorrow morning, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where you just can't get too far ahead of yourself, and we've spent this whole time kind of focusing on, Kennesaw Stetson, and as soon as Kennesaw won that game last night, which was a great game, a lot of fun to watch, spent the last 24 hours prepping for Kennesaw, and now we'll flip the page right now, head back to the office, start prepping for Central Arkansas. But, I mean, you can't look past anybody, obviously, and we won the series against Central Arkansas, but they were 3 tight games, so we're going to have to play a little bit better than we did today.
Marcy Higgs with us, UNF softball coach, coming off a 4-1 win over Kennesaw State here on the home field. Some teams like to go on the road this time of year. You guys get a little home cooking. Are you enjoying that part of it, or are you embracing that, being in the comfy confines?
Yeah, no, it's great sleeping in our own bed and being able to kind of come and go and familiar with our field and all of that. I mean, everything helps. We'll take whatever advantage we can get at this point. It'd be nice to be carrying some home field, home team advantage, but, we'll play as a visitor tomorrow and take it as an opportunity to score first.
You just mentioned you're going to go do some work on Central Arkansas. Obviously, you played them, so you already have some scouting report. What does that entail? We know that, I think, in football, right? We know that in basketball. You can kind of see it. Do they play a zone? Do they do this? I mean, what is that in softball? I mean, are you just working on how to pitch certain hitters, what you might see from them out in the circle? What is that?
Well, as a coaching staff, we kind of have the responsibilities split up pretty well, so it allows us to be a little bit more thorough, I think, in the way that we're reviewing film. But the nice thing now is, with being on ESPN Plus and all of that, we have a ton of film we can watch. I'm responsible for calling pitches, so I'm looking at all the hitters and trying to find a weakness in their swing and, how we're going to throw them and come up with a game plan. And, Radke is looking at their pitchers and trying to give our offense every advantage that we can get. So, I mean, it's crazy. It's become, quite a whirlwind of information, which is nice. We've got spray charts, so we kind of know where hitters like to hit, where they hit for power. So for us, it's just we try to keep it simple for the girls, give them the necessary information and tell them, you go out and play your game, and we'll worry about the rest.
You've been doing this a long time, so that has evolved with the technology and how much the sport is now on television?
Yeah, we used to have to rely on calling your friends and coaching and asking, what'd you see from this team and what'd you see from that team? And now it's a ton of actual analytics and stuff like that, which is really awesome. A lot of exposure for the sport.
One last thing for you. Marcy Higgs with us, UNF softball coach, as they get a win 4-1 here in the home field in the ASUN softball tournament. You guys are having an unbelievable year. It's been fantastic on many levels. How fun has it been? Do you feel that in the dugout? Do you feel that in practices? Or does that come with a certain amount of pressure as well to kind of finish the deal when you're playing really well?
I don't know that we felt a whole lot of pressure with it. I think we preach to the girls to really stay focused on the process. And, if you stay focused on doing all the little things well, the big things are going to happen. And 40's been kind of elusive for us. You know what I mean? It's taken a little longer than I would have liked at this point. I feel like, it's kind of been in your mind. So now, that's done with and we can kind of move forward. But I don't know. We have a lot of really good chemistry, people that are players, and coaches buying into the process and buying into what we're doing. And it's just a matter of them gelling on the field. And at this time of year, it's really – you go out and do you and do what you've been doing all year. We've been working to get to this point, so now it's just play the game.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about exams or anything else.
Nope.
School's done, so that's cool,
That's right?
That makes it probably easier for you too, right?
Yeah, school gets in the way. I'm not going to lie.
Listen, I hear you. Hey, Marcy Higgs, congrats on a good win. Good luck tomorrow morning.
Thanks so much.
All
I appreciate
right.
it.
That's Marcy Higgs, UNF softball coach. They get a 4-1 win over Kennesaw State here in the ASUN softball tournament. Good to have Coach Higgs on Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. And that is, by the way, their 40th win of the year for the UNF Ospreys. So elusive it has been, but they got it out of the way, and now they look for 41 tomorrow and try to continue this run. That Central Arkansas is very good, by the way, and so is Liberty. Liberty, and listen, it's a tournament, so anybody can win. But those are probably the two biggest contenders right up against the University of North Florida. Brent Martineau, Casey Kurtz, and maybe Brian Middleton back in the Action Sports Jax studios. Football at 5 will roll on. Casey, is Middleton going to join us or what?
He's here.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
That's good. What's happening today, man?
Nothing too much, man. Trying to get in here, man, jump on for an hour with you guys, talk a little sports.
Or toothpaste.
Or toothpaste. We had urinal talk, toothpaste talk, and then sports talk.
Okay.
That's pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
And, like, this is real-life stuff, man. Like, don't be shy. Don't be worried about it. Like,
why do you look so buff in this shot?
Or an is that me? We're an educational program.
Yeah, it's you.
Or entertainment program. We're a real-life program. Talk about yelling at umpires. We talk about urinals that are too tall sometimes. I mean, and toothpaste that should be closed at home.
So don't move. You look incredibly jacked right now on the feed.
You do. You should
right
take
now?
a screenshot right now.
I just took a picture. I'm sending it to you.
Yeah.
You look jacked.
New profile pic on LinkedIn right there.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm doing one of the, like, I didn't do this intentionally, but now that you're saying it, maybe I should do it a little bit more. You know, like one of those tricks where you got, like, your arms crossed like I do, and I'm actually, like, inflating my biceps a little bit by pushing my hands on it.
No, that's what I'm saying. You look jacked. You look yoked.
There we go. See that? I am, Casey. I am.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did my push-ups yesterday. Middleton, how many jobs do you have?
This is not going to go well.
Let's see. Does it count if I get paid or not?
Nah, like this one you don't get paid, so this counts.
Oh, I don't count this as a job, but okay.
Yeah,
if we're going to count this one, that. I have, okay, 4.
Okay, so this, which we've asked you to come on for another hour a couple times.
Tread lightly,
so
Brent.
Uh-huh.
All right, and then you've got your overnight TV job, Master Control. So, like, if you're watching CBS 47, Fox 30 around, like, 2 in the morning, it goes to color bars, that's Brian Middleton's fault.
Yes.
You know, I won't
neither
it. confirm or deny if that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Leave that off
Not
the
too
air.
many people, by the way, see that if you mess up, so that's good.
Enough people do.
Enough people do.
Yeah.
What else you got? Anything that you can share? Or, I mean, if you're doing any illegal activities, please don't share.
Yeah, you know,
Or
I
please
kind of keep
do.
that close to the vest. I do deal in vending, so that's more of a self-employment type deal.
Like vending machines?
Yeah, well, machine. You
Oh,
know,
machine.
I appreciate the S on there. Hopefully I can make that happen.
Like, that could be a pretty good business, though, right?
No, absolutely.
That's fascinating.
Nah, it is, man. It's a real underrated business, even nowadays. So.
All right, I want a little more on the vending machine business. Are you willing to share?
I'll share what I can.
Okay, good. I mean, it's not like some underground business. Like,
you never know.
Like, this isn't like a laundromat or something that's not a laundromat, is it?
I don't know. We're going to have to find out.
All right.
Or
Does
not.
anybody say laundromat anymore? That's like super old school. Football at 5, we will hear from Doug Peterson, as well as find out what a business in vending machines is like.
Unconfirmed.
On Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Breezy this evening and partly cloudy skies overnight tonight, dropping into the 50s and 60s. Partly cloudy, still breezy tomorrow with a few showers developing. Your Thursday high will only be in the mid to upper 70s. From the CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds.
You can always get a bigger, better diamond for less at Beard's Diamonds.
Visit your First Coast Acura dealers for jaw-dropping deals on new and pre-owned Acura models. Get insanely low lease payments and huge financing deals on award-winning luxury sedans and SUVs. Now's the time. Shop FirstCoastAcuraDealers.com.
Walk into 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center, and it doesn't feel like you're going to the doctors. Beautiful artwork of Jacksonville on the south side location, a laid-back atmosphere, and Rep Butler and his staff are really fun to talk to, and they are there to help you out. First-time appointments and adjustments, just $39 and maybe less pending your insurance. 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center. 3 locations, south side, St. Augustine, and the west side. Look them up at 904chiro.com. 3 locations, 904chiro.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Holmes, professional contractor and TV host. I love helping people, but when it came to improving the water in my own home, I needed help and turned to the water experts at Connecticut to make it right. My water was causing visible problems throughout my home, and it got me thinking about the problems I couldn't see. protecting my water-using appliances and pipes, preventing stains and hardness buildup, and having clean, great-tasting drinking water are all important to me. But choosing the right water treatment equipment can be tricky. That's where Kinetico comes in. A Kinetico water expert will test your water for free and recommend the system that fits your needs and budget. Improve the quality of your water and your life with the Kinetico water treatment system. I'm so glad I did.
This year, CGC Water Treatment is celebrating 75 years in business. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com for your free assessment. CGC Water Treatment are proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars and your local independent Kinetico dealer.
Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry, the flavor of berry.
I'm Janet. I'm bitter.
And I understand your son is the flavor menthol?
Yes, he's the menthol in a menthol cigarette.
He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted, being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are harder to quit than regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
At Community First, our mortgage champions offer you low rates, quick closings, and no origination fees. Apply now at justbeyourself.com. Community First Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good, really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless, now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
The CFOs that get it, get it. The CFOs that don't. Behold the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer. This isn't some bean counter. Today's CFO is critical to the strategy, growth, and profitability of the business. But in growing companies, there are two kinds of CFOs. One who's struggling to keep up with spreadsheets everywhere, manual processes, errors, and lack of visibility into the numbers. It takes weeks to close the books. And one who's on top of their game. Automated reports, inventory, e-commerce, and HR flow into the financial models seamlessly. Insights coming with the click of a button. This CFO uses NetSuite by Oracle with visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. NetSuite is everything you need to grow all in one place. That's why NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system used by over 29,000 growing businesses. Like I said, the CFOs that get it, get it. The CFOs that don't. Head to netsuite.com/play for a special one-of-a-kind financing offer. netsuite.com/play. netsuite.com/play.
Hey, it's Brett Mortno from Action Sports Jax. Did you know you can watch our radio show? Yeah, video of a radio show. Just search ESPN 690 Jax on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Or follow me on Twitter at Brent A.S. Jax. Watch the show live weekdays from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. or listen on ESPN 690. Hey, this housing market is absolutely bonkers these days, right? You watch the housing market boom in Northeast Florida, and it makes you think about taking advantage of the market if you're selling. What if you could sell your home and skip all the hard parts? Well, you can at opendoor.com. We've changed the way we do a lot of different things in life. This is the new way to sell your home. Go to opendoor.com. You visit the website, you answer a couple minutes worth of questions. Seriously, just like 2 or 3 minutes. That's it. They'll send you an offer if you're eligible. Moving next month, next year, or just thinking about moving, just try opendoor.com. It's easy. Skip the hassles and hurdles of listings, showings, and potential obstacles that you get in the selling process. Just sell it to Open Door at opendoor.com. Hundreds of thousands of homeowners are requesting offers, and you can be the next one to do so. Sell your home and skip the hard parts. Get your free offer at opendoor.com/myoffer. Offer eligibility varies. Open Door is represented by Open Door Brokerage Incorporated, license 02061130 in California, and Open Door Brokerage LLC in its other markets.
Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Brent Martineau, Casey Kurtz, Brian Middleton on a Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday, I think so. Nonetheless, but that's what we're doing on a Wednesday, rolling along. OT comes up after this. No Jumbo Shrimp baseball tonight. They played earlier this morning. So that's the update for the rest of the night. But right now, we're talking to Captain Rick Riles, the Florida Sportsman Fishing Report. Captain Rick, what's up with you?
Hey, boys, how we doing?
Fantastic.
Surviving.
Good deal. I tell you, today is not as much a fishing report as it is a fishing forecast. Now, the old-timers always told us that northeasters, like we've had, blow in odd increments. That means they blow for a day or 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. Well, it looks to me like tomorrow's going to be day number 3, and it's going to wrap up this northeaster. And that's why this is why that's important. So many of the mahi and the tuna and the sailfish and marlin that quite often travel on the east side of the Gulf Stream will actually be blown across the Gulf Stream to our side by this northeast wind. And I am looking for spectacular fishing if it lays down enough on Saturday, but certainly on Sunday, particularly for the bigger boats. Inshore, the redfish have been really tough the last couple of days. It's hard to get them going on these flats because they are so muddy. The wind has chopped up the water quite a bit, and that makes the water muddy. So the guys who have been successful have been anchoring underneath the Wonderwood Bridge and catching big bull reds. That's been about the best thing going on right now. But better days are ahead, Brent Martineau. Starting on Saturday, we're going to be in for a good stretch of good weather. And we're going to be back to give you an update on it tomorrow afternoon with another fishing report brought to you by Workman's Quick Fix Plumbing and CSS Landscaping.
Thanks, Captain Rick. We need that weather to get a little bit better. Have a good one. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, and hopefully the fishing gets better here in Northeast Florida. The Florida Sportsman Fishing Report, it's always good with Captain Rick Riles. And you can listen to the show, by the way, 7 a.m. on ESPN 690 on Saturdays. Brent Martin, Casey Kurtz, Brian Middleton back at it. We were talking Doug Peterson. By the way, one note. If you can see the video feeds, if you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, look at that grounds crew for the UNF softball team. Those guys getting it done. I mean, I kind of want their job, actually. It's like a fun job, although you work a lot of hours. Probably not as fun as it makes out to be. This field, I was noticing this in the pregame, and now I'm going to really blow some smoke with these guys, but I mean it because I genuinely thought it. And I'll share a video later. It looks like it's artificial turf out on the dirt. That's how nice this thing is. That's dirt. Doesn't it look like artificial turf behind me? Can you tell? Probably not.
I can't tell.
There is some artificial turf, by the way, like around home plate, like behind in the blue. But the rest
I see that. Yep.
Is dirt. And it, like I'm actually questioning as I say it's dirt, like is it really dirt? But I know it's dirt because I saw him moving the dirt.
Do they have barrels of dirt or wheelbarrows of dirt to fill in?
No, but they got the rakes. Like they did the rakes before. Like that's how good. It's amazing. Like it really. I'll take a picture and send it to you guys. All right, let's get back to Doug Peterson. Would you guys like? That'd be a fun job. Huh? Work the grounds crew at a baseball field.
I used to. So my friend Kevin and me really wanted to be grounds crew people for a long time, actually.
Like when I was in college, we had tarp duty, and tarp duty sucked. It was the worst.
Yep.
Like it's like you got to go. Listen, kids, if you can get better and play at a place where you don't have to do the tarp, like you're winning in life.
That's facts.
But tarp duty was the absolute worst. You had to change out of your spikes, you had to put on your sneakers, and you had to go get this tarp that was partly ripped up, and the wind was blowing, and some moron that you played with didn't know what the hell he was doing, and the wind grabbed the tarp, and it started flying away into the woods in right field.
Yeah, you know what was the worst about the tarp is what you just said. Like, it already had holes in it, but we couldn't wear cleats on it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's because those knuckleheads had already worn the cleats on it and put holes in it.
Right, so it's not going to get any better. Let me wear the cleats. I don't got time to change for the tarp.
Tarp duty sucks, but tarp duty would be way better in softball, man. There's a lot less tarp to do.
That's true.
Way better. I had to do tarp. I work for the Pawtucket Red Sox, too. I had to do tarp duty there, too.
Really?
But tarp duty in college, there's just something about it. I don't know if it was a time of my life that I didn't want to do it, but, like, we still to this day, if I see guys I played college baseball with, we'll still say tarp duty sucks.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
Does. Yeah.
All right. Now, sorry. But this is a fun job. Like, work at the baseball ground. It's fun until it rains. Or it's fun until there's, like, 8 games in a weekend and you're, like, haven't slept. Like, that's what they're probably saying out there right now as they listen to me. But it's a good job on a day like today.
They're listening to you gas them up, so they're happy about it. They're getting some love.
They should get love, man. It feels like awesome around here. Anyway.
By the way, this is the most anticipated Doug Peterson conversation of all time.
It's really not that good, but I mean, it's good enough, but I mean, not as anticipated.
It's a 33-minute tease, maybe more.
Yeah, true. Well, we've had a lot of stuff going on.
We did. I agree.
How important is it Doug Peterson is like the face of this franchise along with Trevor Lawrence? And does it have any more significance because of the Urban Meyer debacle?
Yeah, I think it has a ton more significance because of what you just came off of. So I think, obviously, Doug Peterson wasn't here. So I think in an indirect way, or maybe directly, he knows exactly what happened, and he's doing it because of that. But I think you had no relationship with Urban Meyer and the fan base, and that kind of also comes off of COVID as well. You've been dealing with that. So I think Doug Peterson, given the opportunity to be out in the community, make it known, show his face, be one of us, which is what I like to say. I think it's a huge thing for the fans just to see their coach out and that you could potentially run into him.
Yeah, it's that kind of town here. Anyway, we got a chance to catch up with Doug before he dropped the puck for the Icemen last night. Talked a little football, but also the idea of being out in the community with local reporters. Here's the conversation.
Starters, you threw out the first pitch, the shrimp. Now you're dropping the puck, kind of making the rounds on the local sports team.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun, obviously, to come out and support the local teams, you know. And I had a chance to do this in Philadelphia, so I do have some experience doing the puck and the baseball. So this is a lot of fun.
What's the key to a good puck drop?
I really don't know. Just drop it and make sure they don't swing and hit me, I guess.
That's the key. Okay, you've got rookie minicamp coming up. What's important for these guys who, getting their first taste of life in the NFL to kind of experience these first 3 days?
Yeah, well, number one, we want to get through the 3 days healthy and obviously have no injury, but at the same time, we want to be able to practice these guys fast, kind of indoctrinate them to how we do things here in Jacksonville and really get to see them on the grass for the first time and get our hands on them and start the process. Part
of it is figuring out how they accept communication and how you communicate to them. Isn't it kind of figuring out how to talk to each other?
It is, and we'll have some installations on offense, defense, and special teams, and really how they can take that to the grass and how we interact with the players, the questions that they ask us, and how they learn, and then on top of that, how the speed of practice, and those are the things that we're looking for as a staff, this weekend.
Coach, are you a huge hockey fan? I'm assuming you are.
You know what? I really am. I enjoy watching hockey. I enjoy coming when I get a chance to come and watch it live. I think it's a great sport. It's a physical sport. It's fast-paced. Sometimes it's hard to watch the puck when you're watching other things, but I do enjoy watching it.
Doug, how important is it for you to get out in the community in your first year, embrace the fans, embrace everybody, and obviously kind of indoctrinate yourself to this area?
Well, obviously I want people to kind of see me and my family and my wife, and that we do embrace the community here and see us out, and especially in the off season when we're not playing any games right now, and so I think it is important, and we enjoy it. We enjoy going to dinner or coming to these sporting events like this, and we're going to continue to do it.
Is that in every NFL city, or does this feel a little different given the Jags are the king thing around here?
Well, it's ironic because I came from a place where we had the four major sports, right? You have hockey, baseball, basketball, and football, and here you kind of have the same thing. So, it's very familiar to us, and we enjoy taking, whether it's the coaching staff coming over and watching games, watching a baseball game, a hockey game, and obviously football in the fall. So it's just it's a lot of fun to be able to get out in the community and do it.
The schedule comes out Thursday. Is there anything you're looking for out of that? You already know the London game, but is there anything you're looking for?
I mean, I'd love to see if there's a Monday night or a Sunday night or a Thursday night game, obviously, to see the primetime schedule, and then obviously you try to check to see how many road games in a row you might have, or if you got a home, we don't have many home games, obviously it was 7, but mainly the road schedule to see if there's any sort of back-to-back road trips that you have to plan for. But you always look for those primetime games, and it's really a time where you get to showcase your team on national TV.
Will that Philly game mean anything to you?
It'll be a lot of fun. Being able to check it out when we're gonna play, and it's just, again, it's it's going to be one of the 17 games we do play, and we'll be excited when we get there.
That's Doug Peterson last night before the Iceman game. He dropped the puck, of course. So we will see what happens with the schedule. I thought it was really interesting, guys, that he embraced the idea of primetime games. he's like, let's go, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of used to that being with Philly, right? They play in prime time. So, yeah, I mean, it's what you want. You want to have games in prime time. We'll see how that plays out. I'm sure we'll get a Thursday nighter against Tennessee, but, we'll see how that plays out.
I can understand it from a logistical standpoint, why, like, if you're a coach, hey, here's how we're going to work this week, that week. You also matter-of-factly said, listen, we don't have many home games. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, like, lining up when you're home and away, they know they're going to have a big gap in the schedule. That's just the way it works. But I really thought it was interesting that he said, hey, it's a Monday night. I haven't heard many coaches say that. Like, hey, kind of like I hope we are in prime time to showcase the Jacksonville Jaguars. They've won 4 games in 2 years. I'm not sure there's much you want to showcase. But Peterson's like, yeah, let's showcase this stuff.
Yeah.
I dig that. Yeah, I dig that. That's pretty good. All right, we take a break. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 rolls on. And then Action Sports Jax OT right after this with Casey Kurtz and Brian Middleton. What are we playing next? Cash it or trash it?
Yeah, we're going to try to fit it in.
And we got some golf picks to do.
We got a lot to do in the last segment, so the quicker you get to break, the more time we have for that.
So shut up and get to break is what you're saying.
More or less.
All right, we'll be back on ESPN 690.
Well done.
What's up? It's Casey of Action Sports Jax, and the local coverage on ESPN 690 is expanding yet again. After Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690, we have been bringing you overtime on Mondays and Thursdays, but that has now changed. You can catch Brian Middleton and myself daily after Action Sports Jax and leading you into Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. So starting at 3 p.m. daily, we will have local coverage all night from Action Sports Jax to OT to Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, all right here on ESPN 690.
How would you like to relieve inflammation, headaches, anxiety, arthritis, even joint pain? Improve your sleep, maybe a 500-calorie burn or an endorphin kick. Total body healing at iCryo. It's now open in St. Johns County at the Pavilion at Durban. One lifestyle service, just $39. Get special passes to save more on multiple lifestyle services. Cryotherapy, IV therapy, body sculpting, and more at iCryo. Elevate your lifestyle at iCryo. Now open in the Pavilion at Durban Park in St. Johns County.
You know what's great about getting older? The toys are way cooler. Spring is here, and it's playtime. Yeah! And One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union, has slash loan rates across the board on all the toys. Motorcycles, jet skis, boats, RVs, ATVs, even golf carts. And it's fun and potentially dangerous. One-to-One Financial has the perfect loan to help you finance it. Check out our rock-bottom rates and apply now at one-to-one-fcu.org. Come out and play. Federally insured by NCUA.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back just for buying the gas I was going to buy anyway.
But is it a hassle to use?
No, it's super fast and easy. And I can cash out whenever I want.
That's a total no-brainer. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WARM for a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WARM for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WARM for a $5 bonus.
You're the one everyone looks to for answers. Come rain or shine, the job must get done, and you're the one who makes it happen. We get you, Jackie in Fresno, putting your employee safety first. And Manny in Chattanooga, whose local Granger team knows him by name. We're here for you and all the ones who get it done, with 24/7 customer support and access to product specialists to help you find what you need. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Our friends over at Arlington Toyota want to know, what drives you? How about great service? Or what about getting more with your purchase? Then prepare yourself for the drive of a lifetime when you buy from Arlington Toyota. Arlington has over 500 new Toyotas available with inventory arriving daily. You also get a lifetime warranty with your purchase, plus 30 days to love your new purchase or exchange it. What drives you is what they do at Arlington Toyota. Shop in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Florida children are eligible for head-to-toe coverage through the Florida Kid Care Program, which is high-quality, affordable health and dental coverage with cost as low as $15 a month. To assist families applying for Florida Kid Care or Medicaid and increase enrollment in the Florida Kid Care Program, the Players Center for Child Health with Wolfson Children's Hospital offers free application assistance. For appointments, call 904-202-WELL. That's 904-202-9355. Habla Español.
Millions of people use Zoom Phone, the innovative and feature-rich cloud phone system for businesses of any size. Zoom Phone is simple to use, whether you're on a mobile device, desktop, laptop, or desk phone. And because every call is important to your business, Zoom Phone was built with reliability in mind, using geographic redundancy to keep your communications online. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Visit zoom.com/phone system. Zoom. How the world connects.
May is Maytag month, the hardest working month of the year, when you can save on hard-working Maytag performance. Like laundry pairs that make clothes think twice before getting dirty again. Refrigerators that make cold your new favorite flavor. And dishwashers that eat caked on oatmeal for breakfast.
Don't wait. Put the hardest working month of the year to work for you and save big on Maytag appliances now through June 1st. Because May is Maytag month.
The ESPN 690 payroll payout is here. You've got 5 chances to win $1,000 every weekday at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. This is a nationwide contest. Message and data rates apply. Get the complete rules right now at ESPN690.com.
Lot to do and only 10 minutes to do at Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Brent Martineau, Casey Kurtz, Brian Middleton. We got Cash It or Trash It. We got golf picks. We're not leaving anything out on a Wednesday. AT&T, Byron Nelson, TPC, Craig Ranch. Last year, the winner, 25 under par, and it was none other than the boy, K.H. Lee. Shout out K.H. for his first win in his PGA Tour career last year at the AT&T Byron Nelson. But this year, same situation, birdie fest. You need someone that's going to make a lot of birdies, and I'm going to pick somebody that does that, Brent. I'm going to pick Sam Burns.
Birdie Burns.
Birdie Burns. Samuel Holland Burns.
We said this earlier in our Dream 18 show, by the way. Why are all these guys backing out lately? I feel like there are more withdrawals going into the tournaments the last 2 weeks than I can quite remember.
Yeah, I think for the two that I saw for the WDs for this week, so Brooks is in my, like, first of all, you got the major next week, so that plays in. But, like, if you want, like, my best guess, Brooks is never going to win a birdie fest. It's not something he can do. He needs to be in those tighter tournaments that, like, I'm not saying Brooks can't make birdies, but I'm saying he's in a better situation for him in those events where there's, like, a fight and contention and in major tournaments. Like, he's not going to win a birdie fest. And then Brian Harmon's just playing well. So I think part of it's like, hey, let's keep this going and move it into the major instead of playing at the Byron Nelson.
Yeah, I got you. I'm going to go with, I don't pick this guy much. He's probably considered more of a favorite. I doubt he's the favorite. But I'm going to go with Will Zalatoris.
Chalk.
Is that chalky?
Chalk.
Or is who did you just pick?
Sam Burns.
I think I saw higher odds on Zalatoris than Burns.
Yeah, it's probably true, but nobody called me out on it.
Oh.
Yeah. But I called you out on it. Yeah, Sam Burns finished second here last year. He's been pretty incredible for the last about year and a half. So, yeah, I went chalk for sure. But I'm not, I need to catch up. Like, I'm still getting killed. And now we got Brian Middleton, who's going to make a pick, who I guess is taking Austin's points. And Austin was so far in last place, it wasn't even funny. So, Brian, you got a lot of work to do.
That's fair. Like, listen, I just found out about this tournament. I don't know how long they've been preparing for it. And I'm looking at some of the names on the roster. You tried to tell me the last name, Christian Buzenhout. Close enough?
Close enough.
I thought about him. Nah. I saw some dude named Charles Howell III. Sounded official. Nah. Cameron Champ seems like a pump fake, though, right? You want to go with the champ. I'm going to go with Taylor Gooch. Taylor Gooch for the win.
It's actually a good pick.
That's a good pick.
It's a great pick. But I do not know exactly why. I feel confident in it, though.
Yeah, well, I'm not mad at Taylor Gooch. He's good. And he's boys with Sam Burns, by the way. That's just like a little side note.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How far behind is Austin in points?
2,000 and something.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right.
No, Brent's lapped the field a couple of times. Yeah, Brent more or less cheated.
Oh, that explains it.
I just don't know how yet. Because he picked back-to-back winners of guys that never should have won. It was about the luckiest thing that's ever happened to anybody in the history of anything.
Yeah, it was pretty lucky.
Yeah, so.
But I did it.
But you did. So we're still trying to catch up. But nonetheless, those are the golf picks. Brian Middleton, we got cash it or trash it or what?
We do have cash it or trash it. Do you want to explain to Brent and the audience real quick?
Yeah, I can do that. So here's how it's going to go, Brent. We've got some Brian Middleton is going to present you with a sports or potentially non-sports topic. By the way, that music you hear is just a music bed. It does not mean go to commercial break, so don't worry about that. And if you agree with the take, you say cash it. If you disagree, you say trash it, and then you have to defend your argument either way. We'll go back and forth. Brian will give you one. You'll do it. Then I'll take one, and we'll go back and forth. It'll work for you?
Let's go.
All right, Brent. First up, the NL West is the best division in baseball.
Cash it.
Tell them to bring me my money.
You care to defend yourself?
It's just you look at the bottom feeder teams right now. I think they're right around 500 without me looking at the standings. The Dodgers are the Dodgers. They're excellent. San Francisco is always going to hang around as well. And like I said, and the Padres are playing better without Fernando Tatis Jr. than I think people would think they would. So, yeah, 3 heavy. And actually some depth to it because their bottom feeders don't stink like the rest of the divisions.
It's a good take. What do we got, Brian?
All right, Casey, you like this one. This will line up with the fact that you hate Dallas already. Phoenix whipped up on the Mavericks last night by 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
This series is going to end on Thursday night with Game 6 in Dallas.
Yeah, cash it.
Tell them to bring me my money.
I love Luka. You're going to take. You're going to.
Sure?
Yeah, I am sure. Thanks for asking.
Okay.
I love Luka, but yeah, Phoenix is just better. We talked about it a little bit yesterday on OT. They're just better. Luka can't do it all on his own, and last night Phoenix kind of whooped up on him, like you said. They're the better team. They'll get it done. I'd be surprised if they don't get it done in 6, but they'll definitely get it done in 7. But for the point of the question, yeah, they get it done in 6 and they move on to the next round.
All right. Hey, Brent, I'm going to keep it in the NBA for you, man. The Miami Heat beat Philadelphia by 35 points last night. They're going up 3-2 in the series. This series is still going to go 7 games.
Cash it. I agree. I thought you were going to go the other way.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah, and here's why. Listen, I don't mind the one-off game that gets blown out. We've seen this, by the way. We've seen this in hockey. We've seen it in the NBA. You get a blowout, you go right back the other way. I think it's easier to forget a 35-point loss than it is to lose when you think you should have won, like Memphis did in Game 1 and even in Game 4, I think that would have been. And so I actually think it's easier to rip up that tape, go back to the drawing board, and just go beat them and force a Game 7. And I think it does happen.
I like that. All right, Casey, I'm going to give you a baseball question.
All right.
The Braves are 14-17 to start the season. Mm-hmm. Still a long way to go. But you're confident that they will make the playoffs this season, barring a catastrophic injury.
I'm not confident, so you can trash it. I picked them to make the playoffs in the wild card, I do believe, is how that played out, because I had the Mets winning the division. But when I look at some of these other teams, there's 3 teams in the West that are really good. I still believe in the Cardinals. I do believe in the Brewers, and I believe in the Mets. So that's one too many teams. I don't know what the deal with the Braves is. Not enough pitching, I would say. Matt Olson hasn't been great. They need some help. Obviously, Acuna's going to provide that, but I can't confidently sit here and tell you the defending champs are going to make the playoffs once again.
Okay. Brent Martineau, Jacksonville Jaguars. Way too early predictions, okay? So Marvin Jones, you may have heard of him, led the team with 73 catches for 832 yards last season. Tell me this. The Jags will have a receiver with 100-plus catches and at least 1,000 yards this upcoming season.
Trash it.
Oh, wow. With conviction. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're asking me to buy into something that just like I don't think that's been done since Jimmy. and maybe at the earliest 2005. But, I don't think Allen Robinson had maybe – did he have over 100 catches? He did have 1,400 yards. Maybe he did. I don't think he did, though, for some reason. I got to go back and check that out. 100 catches and over 1,000 yards. 1,000 yards can happen. 100 catches is a lot harder. And who is the main guy? Is it Kirk? Is it Marvin Jones? They're going to use the tight ends. I don't think – listen, look at the Doug Peterson offense. And they don't throw to the wide receiver all the time, even when they win the Super Bowl. They highlight the tight ends. They'll highlight the running backs. They'll spread it around. So getting to 100 catches, hard thing to do in this Doug Peterson offense, and I think with these receivers.
All right, guys, I see we're going to be coming up on a break. So that's it for Cash It or Trash It.
By the way, Brent, 80 catches that year for A-Rob. 1,400 yards on 80 catches.
Yeah, what's that, 15, 16 a catch?
17 and a half.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I mean, that was an insane year. 80 catches. That means Marvin Jones had more catches than Allen Robinson that year.
And far less yards.
600 less yards.
And far less touchdowns. 10 less.
600 less yards.
Why you gotta say far less?
Because it was far less. That's crazy. That's a crazy
insane,
stat.
man. I mean, maybe we don't celebrate that Allen Robinson year enough.
No, we don't. I can promise you we don't. Just looking at it, that's insane. That would be such a good trivia question because nobody would believe that. Outside of Jacksonville, that he had that kind of year and they won 2 games.
By the way, you just asked for predictions, Brian Middleton. Tomorrow on the show, remember we set this up, Casey. You don't usually do the record for the team until the schedule comes out. We will do that on Friday. But because I don't think it really matters that much, why do we wait so much for the schedule to come out to do this? Tomorrow we do the before the schedule record of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Friday we see if it changes at all in our minds.
That's right.
Is this a psychological warfare thing?
I like it.
I like it too. Okay.
We'll save that for tomorrow.
Yes.
It's a tease for the
people.
people.
Getting in your psyche tomorrow, people.
I'll come with it. I'll come with that heat.
And for the next hour on Action Sports Jax OT, it's Brian Middleton. It's Casey Kurtz. I'll be at a couple of ball games tonight. Marcel Robinson, Olivia Tassley, too. I think we'll have a half a dozen games for you tonight on Action Sports Jax on the high school scene. Plus, UNF softball, thanks to them for having us out. They win today in the A-Sun tournament. Back at it tomorrow at 10 a.m. So come on out and check out a very good Osprey team. Just won its 40th game of this season. Have a good night, everybody. See you on TV. Back at it tomorrow. I think at Eagle Landing Golf Course is where I will be. Action Sports Jax OT next with Casey and Brian on ESPN 690.
Okay, let's start unloading the sod over here.
The grass is always greener when Haruka's Lawn Care does the mowing.
And then we want to get the flower bed started before lunch.
They need a new landscaping designer to keep their budding business growing.
Oh, can we double check the incline here? This one needs to drain this way.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good, really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless, now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Now is the time to get an estimate on replacement windows. American Window Products of Jacksonville is a high-volume dealer offering a huge selection of products to keep your costs low. New windows from American Window Products can lower your energy costs and increase your curb appeal and security, all without breaking the bank. Call American Window Products for a free estimate at 904-667-0873 or visit AmericanWindowProducts.com.
Visit your First Coast Acura dealers for jaw-dropping deals on new and pre-owned Acura models. Get insanely low lease payments and huge financing deals on award-winning luxury sedans and SUVs. Now's the time. Shop FirstCoastAcuraDealers.com.
I was advised by the guys on the show that I needed more swag. They didn't like my gas station sunglasses, and I'm not spending hundreds of dollars on sunglasses. Then I found Shady Rays. Fit, style, and performance without the big brand price tag and plenty of swag. How about this? If you lose or break your pair of Shady Rays, they send you a brand new pair. No worries on the golf course, fishing, or even on the beach. Every set of sunglasses bought means 10 meals to fight hunger in America as well. Make an impact with your purchase. Go to ShadyRays.com right now. Use the code Brent for 50% off 2 or more pair of Shady Rays sunglasses. We know you work hard. We appreciate the hard work you do, but hard work sometimes comes with pain, like chronic pain, knee pain, joint pain. Listen carefully, because there are now new treatments available for you. Not talking surgery, and we're not talking steroids. These are regenerative treatments from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics. Hey, everybody, it's Brent Martineau. QC Kinetics is the leader in these exciting biologic therapies that help restore and repair damaged tissue in your joints with lasting results. If you've got pain in your knees, shoulders, hip, or back, joint pain that just won't go away, you need to check out these new treatments with astonishing patient satisfaction reports. They can actually help your body restore and repair itself with no downtime, no drugs, no surgery. Call now to schedule a free consultation at QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522, 904-274-5522 for a free consultation. You need to learn more about how biologic therapies are changing the way we think about dealing with joint pain. 904-274-5522. QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522.
This is Greg McGarity, President and CEO of Gator Bowl Sports. For the past 76 years, Northeast Florida has been host to the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl and events. When televisions tune into Jacksonville for kickoff, we want to be sure we showcase that Jacksonville supports college football. From buying a ticket to the game, making a donation to send local deserving children to the game, or volunteering, I would ask that you consider supporting this great local tradition. To learn more, visit TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com.
70% of the Fortune 100 choose Zoom. With phone, chat, workspaces, apps, events, and video in a single platform, Zoom powers all your communications. Large enterprises, small businesses, and individuals use the secure Zoom platform to enable new ways of working, learning, hosting events, and supporting their customers. And now you can save 15% on meetings, chat, and phone with a Zoom United bundle. Visit zoom.com/bundle. Zoom, how the world connects.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
Robert Williams out of Game 5 of their second-round playoff series against the Bucks tonight because of knee soreness. ESPN radio coverage in 30 minutes. Series tied 2-2. The Grizzlies' chances of staving off elimination now a whole lot tougher. Ja Morant out of a must-win in Game 5 tonight against the Warriors. Doubtful of the remainder of the postseason with a bone bruise in his right knee. With no Morant, one player Memphis needs to step up is Dylan Brooks, says ESPN's Tim Legler.
This guy has been so critical to their success the last two seasons. So I look at him and I also look at Tyus Jones. Look, if you're not going to have Ja Morant, you're going to need elite level play from your point guard position. And I think Tyus Jones is capable of doing it. He's definitely a guy that can make a difference defensively, but more importantly, he's going to have to make shots in this one.
Nets GM Sean Marks said today Kyrie Irving will have to prove a commitment to being available to his team that was not there this past season. He missed nearly all of Brooklyn's home games because he refused to be vaccinated against COVID-19. Today's Guardians-White Sox game postponed due to a COVID-19 outbreak within the Cleveland organization.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you have in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
Sports Jax Overtime, ESPN 690. Been rocking with you since 2 p.m. The Dream 18 show. Then 3 hours on Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Brian Middleton joined the fold in the 5 o'clock hour. And now here we are on OT. Me and Brian rolling along on a Wednesday. No Jumbo Shrimp Baseball tonight, by the way. They played earlier today, so we will take you up until 7 o'clock and then send you off to our friends at Spain and Fitz and roll on with the ESPN programming through the night. By the way, Shrimp win today 7-5 over the Nashville Sounds. Back at it tomorrow. Hear the game starting at 6:50 right here on ESPN 690, or head out to the ballpark because it is Thirsty Thursday. So feel free to do that or listen to the game, but that is the situation. Brian Middleton, what up with you?
nothing too much. I did have a question, Casey. It kind of plays off of yesterday's big announcement with Tom Brady's contract. You guys may have touched on it yesterday, but I didn't hear it, so it's like it never happened. Okay. So here's my question to you.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of anticipation for Tom Brady the same way that there was for Peyton Manning, Peyton and Eli. And I don't know if the anticipation was really great for Tony Romo. Like, I just remember watching him first do it, his first couple of games, and being like, this guy's really good at it.
Like, he just popped on, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if the anticipation was there more so than it would be for someone like Tom Brady. I definitely don't think it's going to be the same like it is for Brady, right?
Yeah.
But who would you say would be seeing the number that Tom Brady is getting per year now, or the entirety of the contract, $370-some-odd million?
Uh-huh.
And who would you say, you know what, they're probably looking at making the move from professional sports, mainly the NFL, but if you can, name somebody else in another sport, by all means, into the broadcasting booth, if they can even get half of that? I've been thinking about a couple of people. It's just been kind of just, rummaging around in my mind. First one, I thought of an active coach. I would say Sean McVay.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would think that right there.
Yeah, McVay's a popular one.
I think that, if he gets to another Super Bowl, if he wins another Super Bowl, I think he's done. I think he's like, I've done everything I need to do. I'm 35.
That'd be crazy.
And I'm about to go make more money than I was making coaching all these guys with all this stress.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Another person I was thinking of, and I know he's had not a sordid past, but he had a couple of flare-ups, but I think he's really good. I think he's really intelligent. He's really eloquent the way that he expresses his thoughts. Richard Sherman. It's a bit of a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I know he had something that popped up last year, and I won't get into it, but I'm just saying, as far as him talking about sports, I think that that's something that could actually be very good. It may not be as anticipated as as Sean McVay, but I think that he would be really good at it. And then another one I know you would agree with.
Yeah.
And he probably already has something in the works, the way that he was so happy for Tom Brady, the boy Pat McAfee.
Yeah, so those are all good names, by the way. And Richard Sherman, there are some connections to the Amazon stuff that will have Thursday Night Football. So nothing official as far as I understand it, but Richard Sherman's a good call because it sounds like there might be something there with Richard Sherman. Sean McVay, I agree. I think it would be highly anticipated. I think he'd be pretty good. But here's my dream. This is what I think would be really good, right? And this would absolutely not be for everybody. And I understand that from the get-go. It would not be for everybody. But can you imagine if they did and it couldn't be on cable TV, right? It would be like the Amazon stream of it, right?
Okay.
And a guy you mentioned, Richard Sherman, I'm with that because I think Richard Sherman, it could be interesting. And Richard Sherman is obviously a smart guy. Richard Sherman, I feel like gets more, I don't want to say hate, but I think more people assume Richard Sherman is not intelligent than he's super intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Stanford, right?
Yeah.
So Richard Sherman is an intelligent guy. Some of the stuff he's done, you might not agree with, and that's okay. But Richard Sherman knows his stuff, right? So I think he would be good. To the second person you said, I think Pat McAfee, who it sounded like might have been in talks with the Amazon stuff, but he said that the up to some season's on hold. That's what he calls it. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But I think Pat would be great in that scenario. So I think those two. I'll give you a third one. And again, I know it's not for everybody, folks. But could you imagine if they got Gronk up in there? Could you imagine if they got Gronk up in there?
I see that one happening right there. Hold on.
Give me a hell yeah.
I'm with that one, Casey Kurtz.
Thank you, Stone Cold.
I'm with that one, Casey Kurtz.
I'm telling you, it wouldn't be for everybody. The olds would not like it, and I understand that. That's fine. But it would be, I think it would be so good. Now, granted, do you probably need someone to get it back on the rails? You need probably.
You need an Ernie Johnson. You need a.
And Ernie Johnson, by the way, I don't know what his football background is, but that's exactly the type of person you need because it's exactly what he does right now. He more or less babysits.
Who's that in football that would get Gronk back on the rails?
And
who is that? That level?
I don't know. That's the question. I like Kevin Burkhardt. I think he's very good, and he's gonna be working with Tom Brady. So shout out to him on Fox. But I don't know. You'd have to I don't know. Like, it feels like, and again, play-by-play is a tough thing to do, and McAfee's not going to do play-by-play, but he's the most tenured in terms of media stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't think you can rely on Pat to do a play-by-play situation. Maybe like a Peter Schrager or somebody from like the NFL Network, one of their, like maybe a Good Morning Football. What's that guy's name? The Bills fan. Dang it. He might be good. Like
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it would have to be somebody like that to do like a play-by-play, because you would need somebody there. But Ernie Johnson is a good example of that. But could you imagine Richard Sherman, Pat, and Gronk?
You need a strong personality to get that back on the rails, though. They would take that over. That would be so entertaining.
It'd be so
I would
good.
argue you gave them 1 or 2 seasons and they could rival, not surpass inside the NBA, but they could rival that. With those 3?
100%.
Man.
By the way, Kyle Brandt is the guy.
That's right. That's right.
That might be good because he's kind of like, him and Schrager are kind of the same. They're kind of, I mean, they're good, but they're like kind of out there to the point where like they'd be good in that setting, I think. Let me ask you this, because you kind of brought it up. Are you like, when Brady's doing games, like when that finally comes and Brady's doing, maybe not his first game because you want to hear it, I get that, but like week 4, game of the week, Fox, and it's Tom Brady, like, are you locked in? Like, are you waiting and anticipating to hear Tom Brady, or is it just like, Tom Brady?
I'm going to say yes, but it's only because, and you think I'm knocking Drew Brees, so I won't add him into this. I think that Tom Brady is going to be leaning closer to a Tony Romo type beginning in his start with broadcasting. I don't know if I would have said that 5 or 10 years ago, right? He's been playing for so long. Mm-hmm. But his ability to post on social media, and I get these posts are planned out. They're not spur of the moment, probably not anyway. But he's shown personality and the ability to try to be funny. He's been humorous in some of these things, and he does have that side to him. He's not always serious, TB12 method, focusing on football when he gets onto social media more times than not.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to have the ability to engage the viewer. So I think that I'm going to say yes. But, it may be tougher growing pains than I think is going to happen for him, in which case I won't be anticipating it. It won't mean that I won't watch because, like you said, if anybody knows football, talking about Richard Sherman, but we're talking about all these guys, right? But especially Tom Brady. So he's going to be able to point out a lot of things happening, especially if it's a Tampa Bay offense, and maybe even depending on, what the coaching situation is there, maybe New England as well, and wherever else he actually is going to retire from, because I think he is going to leave the Bucs. So he's going to be able to actually have a little bit more insight. One of the things that I really liked about Tony, especially early on, was the fact that he could call out plays.
So good. Yeah.
Specific to the Dallas game, too, and it'd just be like, wow, what's going on here? Is he getting, the little quarterback play fed to his earpiece as well? So, yeah, I'm going to say yes, Casey.
I like I agree with you. Like, I think he's going to be good, and I think, obviously, what he says, I'm going to listen to 100%. But, like, am I sitting here waiting? Man, I can't wait for Tom Brady to get in the booth. Like, no, not really. Like, I'm interested, but, like, I'm not, like, sitting here waiting for it to happen. I'm fine with whatever it is they're going to put out there. Like, you know what I mean? Either at the end of the day, it's football. So, like, I don't know. I'm not, like, sitting here waiting like, oh, Tom Brady's coming. He's coming. Like, I'm fine with Tony Romo. I think he does a good job. I'll be interested to see what Amazon does, but, like, I'm not waiting for Tom Brady. Like, when it happens, okay, great, but, like, I'll be fine until it does, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know.
Absolutely.
I think he'll be good, but I'm just not. We'll see. Like, when it happens, great. But I think the more to unpack there is you don't think Tom Brady's retiring as a Buck.
Yeah. I still think that somehow, some way, he's going to be able to live in his idol Joe Montana's shoes. I think he's going to figure out a way. I think him and Shanahan going to figure out a way.
Really?
I don't know how. I have no plausible way for it to happen. It makes no sense, and yet here we are.
Well, I mean, sure, it doesn't make sense, but like his contract's up, or he can get out of the contract after this year with Tampa, so he could just sign with them. But then, like, what do you do with Trey Lance? Like, I understand you'll figure it out.
He been waiting.
No, you have to get rid of him.
He used to it. Okay.
Oh, that's true. But then you're in like Jordan Love territory. I don't know, man. That's an interesting one. I mean, we got plenty of time to go through that. But literally, it's conspiracy theory season on our show because there's nothing going on in the NFL. Like, I love talking about football, but, like, there's nothing going on. So, like, I like the idea that we can talk about stuff like this. Like, will Tom Brady go to San Francisco? I don't know. But we're just talking about it because there's nothing going on with football. We can talk about the schedule, but we'll do that a little bit tomorrow because it'll come out tomorrow night. But I like that we can just go into a topic like that, including in the broadcast booth. Brian Middleton bringing those ideas. I love it. We got more to do, though. We're taking you to 7 o'clock tonight on ESPN 690 and the stream. Appreciate you listening wherever you are. This is Action Sports Jax Overtime. Brian Middleton, Casey Kurtz will be right back.
What's up? This is Brian, and if you haven't checked out Action Sports Jax Overtime yet, starting at 6 p.m., you're missing out on moments just like this.
The Jags not drafting Kayvon Thibodeau will be the worst mistake this franchise has ever made, in my opinion. This guy is a game wrecker. This guy is going to be a problem for a long time in this league. Travon Walker, the best we can hope for is he'll be the same. But I think Kayvon Thibodeau is the best player in the draft. I think every team that passes on him is making a mistake. The way I see it, this is the best player in the draft with the highest ceiling, and I think the Jags are making a mistake by not picking this man.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Breezy this evening and partly cloudy skies overnight tonight, dropping into the 50s and 60s. Partly cloudy, still breezy tomorrow with a few showers developing. Your Thursday high will only be in the mid to upper 70s. From the CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beards Diamonds.
Beards has higher quality diamonds for less money than any other store.
For survivors of domestic violence in Duval and Baker counties, Hubbard House provides free, confidential emergency shelter and services. Call our 24-hour hotline at 904-354-3114.
Whether you're in business or in school, Staples has your tech.
How about wireless headphones so I'm not tied to my desk?
Staples has your tech.
A tablet for when I travel by train?
The latest laptop for a soon-to-be summa cum laude? Staples offers tech solutions and accessories for learners, small business, and remote workers, too. From the latest laptops to networking solutions. And now, Apple AirPods Pro are just $199. You save $50. The latest tech solutions are at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 5/14, limit 2 while supplies last.
Jose, how much longer till this dough's ready?
No one can bake gluten-free vegan goodies better than Surrey.
Wait, both Jim and Marion's last days are the same day?
But he needs to whip up a new shift lead without interviews burning his time.
Gotta get interviewing before my calendar is cooked. Oh, can you stop?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard, so you can stay organized and connected all the way to the hire. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This message is sponsored by Greenwise Financial. Did you know if you have over $10,000 in credit card bills, you have a right to settle that debt for less than you owe? We are Greenwise Debt Relief. We specialize in saving people just like you thousands of dollars off their credit card balance. If you want to put more money in your pocket, call us for free information now. 800-200-3785. That's 800-200-3785. 800-200-3785.
You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 8338-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started.
Rocket. Rates current as of 12/12/21. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
Action Sports Jax. Watch, listen, subscribe. You can watch us on CBS 47 and Fox 30. You can listen right here on ESPN 690. And you can subscribe to our YouTube and podcast, Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Action Sports Jax. Watch, listen, subscribe.
Action Sports Jax Overtime, ESPN 690, rolling along on a Wednesday. I don't know why I never know what day of the week it is. Like, I always go to say the day of the week, and then I almost say the wrong day, and then I look down for some confirmation, but there's no calendar in front of me. I just got ESPN.com up. So, I always do that. I don't know why. But anyway,
work too hard, man.
I guess. It is a Wednesday.
12-hour days, man.
The days are long, but, you know, rewarding
shrimp
as well.
Dream 18.
Yeah.
One dream, one team.
One dream, one team, one dream. One dream, one team. Something like that. Anyway.
Action Sports Jax.
The team, the dream. And the rest of the
Action Sports Jax overtime.
That's true. We got anything else?
No, you got it.
All right. No,
actually, you got to do some of the stuff with the logs. You got promos.
Yeah, like the actual technical part of my job. Yes, I do have that as well. By the way, the rest of the Action Sports Jax team, otherwise known as Brent Martineau, Marcel Robinson, Olivia Tasley, out there getting some footage of the high school baseball and softball playoff games. That'll be on CBS 47, Fox 30 tonight, so you can check them out. You noticed I didn't say Stuart Weber. My man is on vacation.
Okay. I thought it was something else. I was going to bring it up in the break.
Yeah, as it turns out, Stuart Weber is not here. No, I'm just kidding. He's on vacation in Peru, I believe.
Hey.
I don't know when he comes back.
That's my dog right there. You hear me? I see Stuart maybe once a month in passing. Hey, how you doing? But that's my dog right there. Peru? South America?
What do you like love Peru?
No, I'm just saying, man, listen.
Like you saying
I'm
he's
learning
a high
right
roller?
now. Well, probably. Okay. I'm not checking anybody's bank account. I ain't a bird out here, but I am saying you traveling to Peru.
Yeah.
It makes you think he has a good agent, whoever's negotiating his contract.
Hey, man.
For TV.
I ain't gonna put Stuart's business out in the air on OT because I ain't about to do that. But on the regular show, Brent will continuously put his business out on the air and say how cheap he is. I'm not gonna do that, right? That's not what I'm gonna do here on OT.
I see you quote tweeted Brent just now. I got you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
like
I'm not gonna do that. Like Stuart Weber, good guy, all world guy.
But I've heard, Casey.
What you got?
Listen, once you start traveling outside of your city, your state, your country, that's when you really start to develop as a man. So I respect.
Okay.
And a woman too, I guess if you're a woman. And so listen.
Yeah.
Anybody who's traveling right now and getting on a plane and going thousands of miles to experience another culture, another place, other people, other regions, temperatures, food, cuisine. I know that's not your thing because you hate Mexican food, but other regular, normal people like myself and Stuart who want to do stuff like that or are doing stuff like that, man, respect to him, Casey Kurtz. Respect.
Agreed. I tell you what, since I've known, this is like the Stuart Weber segment, but since I've known Stuart, he's gone to like 8 different countries. And I've only known him like a year or 2.
Can we run the tape back? I don't like to put Stuart's business out in the street, and here we go.
He tweets
business.
No, I'm talking
business
about like
street.
I'm talking like whenever Brent would talk about Stuart being cheap, right? He would text in the group like, "What are we doing here?" Right? So I'm probably, if he's listening, I'm gonna get a text with that same GIF that he always sends. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. That like, why are you talking about my business, right? So I don't want that. But I'm just saying, Stuart posts it. Hashtag Worldwide Weber. You can follow the man. He even has a hashtag. Okay.
Now we're doing promos.
I'm not putting his business out in the street.
Promos after you put his business in the street. Casey Kurtz, we got a sporting topic? Or you just going to give Stuart Social Security number now?
Absolutely not.
You want
Social
to?
Security on the other side. I don't know. I'll give you an update. Holy cow. I picked up Mark Melanson in my fantasy team, otherwise known as the closer for the Diamondbacks. It was just 3-3, and I'm pretty sure he gave up a grand slam.
There you go, GM.
Yeah, no, he gave up an RBI single and then a 3-run homer to Jazz Chisholm, former member of the Jumbo Shrimp. So that's 4 earned runs for Mark Melanson and not even an innings pitched. I don't know why I picked him back up. Like, I set myself up for failure because I dropped him because he's a bum, right? I dropped him because he was not good. He's past his prime, right? Mark Melancone, otherwise known as Melanson, 37 years old, pitching for the Diamondbacks. It's like the 3rd game he's blown this season. You got to just stop pitching. Yeah, you do. You really. I'll tell you a fun fact about Mark Melanson. When he signs autographs, right, like cards, he personalizes cards.
Oh, that sounds polite.
Yeah, but there's really not enough room on the card for that. You ever think about it?
Oh, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of like a Hallmark card. No, we're talking about an actual like
a baseball card.
Yeah.
Like when he signs autographs at the stadium, he will write your name and then best wishes and then sign it. Again, polite, but like there's really not enough room on the card.
Like on
for
the
that.
back?
No, on the front. It's all on the front. I'll send you a picture. I got more than enough of them.
Yeah. Tell him to calm down with that, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you agree? Yeah. Mark used to, or he still does personalized cards. Good story. My friend Chase, shout out Chase Rowe if you're listening. One time, got him to sign a card and said his name was DeBrickashaw. And my man's Mark Melanson wrote DeBrickashaw on the card.
Amen.
So he still has it. To DeBrickashaw, best wishes. I'll tell you that didn't fit on the card. It was a 2-liner, I'm pretty sure.
Did he spell it correctly?
I don't remember. For some reason, I feel like he didn't. He definitely asked Chase how to spell it again. I do remember that part of the story. So, That's Mark Melanson talk. So anyway, that's
riveting block right here.
I don't know.
Riveting block.
Listen, we're having a good time here.
We're having a good time, yeah.
I'm trying to update the people what's going on in sports, right? So 7-3, the Marlins now lead thanks to Jazz Chisholm, former Jumbo Shrimp, like we've been through. Phillies right now up on Seattle 4-2. Giants lead Colorado 5-1. Cubs leading the Padres 5-2. Pirates beating the Dodgers today 5-3. This is not a football score, but the Cincinnati Reds beat the Milwaukee Brewers 14-11. There's a lot of runs. It's a good game to go to. And Yankees beat Toronto 5-3. So those are the scores for the day there. We got NBA basketball tonight. We got Boston, Milwaukee. We got Golden State, Memphis. Brian Middleton, win or go home for Memphis. Are they going home?
Are they going home eventually? I do believe that that they're going to figure out a way to win
tonight.
Yeah,
without Ja.
Without Ja, I think they're going to figure out a way. Listen, they lost a close game.
They did by
without
3.
Ja, and all I heard leading up to Game 4 was just how good they were without Ja, which is facts. You know, and I don't think that it's going to be so much Golden State taking their foot off the pedal, but certain times when, especially if you're a super talented team that does play hard, which describes Memphis, even if they do make some mistakes that young teams tend to do, they can raise their level of play for a game or so.
Right.
They are the 2 seed for a reason. So I do think that they have enough to actually push this into a Game 6, in which case Golden State will win there. But, yeah, it'll be a good game. I do believe that. It won't be like one of these blowouts that we've heard of the past yesterday with Miami and Philly or with Phoenix and Dallas.
What are you thinking about Boston, Milwaukee, 2 games apiece? Back in Boston, who you think's winning? Just straight up.
Straight up. Give me Milwaukee. Give me Milwaukee. Listen, Boston is doing it. Yeah. Boston is doing everything that they need to do. I think Robert Williams is out for.
He is.
So, listen, that's a big piece to the team. I don't move off of this stance. If you got a team that's the defending champs, they get into the playoffs, they've been playing as well as they were playing last season, there's no real weaknesses. Now, granted, Chris Middleton is out, but you do have the best player in the league by far.
Is Joker playing?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's not. He's probably watching the game like us. Then you're going to have to prove it to me. Can Boston prove it to me? Well, they've won 2 games so far, so is it far-fetched to think that they could win this series? No. But you're going to have to show me. That's the least amount of respect that I can give to Milwaukee for everything they have accomplished and the way that they played this season. So give me Milwaukee.
By the way, Boston is a 5.5-point favorite, minus 210 on the money line. So a heavy favorite for the Boston Celtics at home in Game 5. We got NHL playoffs as well. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the ticket prices, obviously. Maybe even a little danger zone, Brian Middleton. I will tell you, looking at the ticket prices, one team or one fan base that believed in their team for a good bit no longer believes. Tickets plummeting as we speak. No. You might be able to go for free if you're outside the stadium. We'll tell you who that is. We might do some danger zone. We got a little bit more to do. Action Sports Jax Overtime, ESPN 690. We'll be right back.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. It means that when you hire us, you get a legal army. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Don't let the milder temperatures lull you into complacency. Fuel prices will continue to rise, as will your utility bills. Call us today and take advantage of our fall prices. We don't quote over the phone or just poke our heads up in your attic. We do a full evaluation to include attic ventilation needs as well as insulation.
Give us a call at 904-679-6282 or online at koalainsulation.com.
Let me ask you something. Are you tired of hearing no? It's kind of a bummer, right? Nobody likes to hear no. So let me ask the obvious. Are you ready to hear yes? Then you better get to Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned today. Yes, Arlington has 400 pre-owned on the lot and ready to test drive. Yes, Arlington has all makes and models. Yes, Arlington will help you get financed. Plus, Arlington's 30-day exchange program comes with your purchase. One last question. Are you going to find the vehicle you really want? Yes. Just shop arlingtontoyota.com today.
At Community First, you're an owner, so you get better banking rates, fewer fees, and free digital tools. Own it at justbeyourself.com. Community First Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Snyderman, can you jump really high? Can you turn invisible?
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Then no.
Then what makes you a superhero?
Our AC is out.
Duty calls, kids.
If your AC is running but not cooling, making loud noises, or your home's too humid, now you can schedule an appointment online at SnyderAC.com.
You're my hero, Snyderman.
CAC 1813307.
ESPN 690 is home for the Florida Sportsman Fishing Show hosted by Captain Rick Riles. Tune in every Saturday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. to find out what's biting now. Fishing so fresh, you can almost smell it.
This is Paul Gray, founder of Gray Matter Distillery, inviting you to check out the new home of Jacksonville's first craft distillery in beautiful Atlantic Beach. Since 2014, we have been the proud distillers of such iconic local spirits as Carr Vodka and Live Oak Whiskey. In our new distillery, you can enjoy one of our handcrafted cocktails made using only the freshest ingredients for only $8 a drink. Enjoy cocktails, sample small batches of vodka or whiskey, or take a bottle home. Pick up your very own Gray Matter Distillery shot glass for free when you mention this ad. Come see us this weekend, and remember to please drink responsibly.
Transmission problems? Call Action Transmission Specialists on Merrill Road, where you get the work done right the first time by the experts. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. Our techs can service all makes and models, and we provide a nationwide warranty, so you have the peace of mind knowing we solve your transmission troubles fairly and honestly and guaranteed nationwide. Call us at Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road, where quality counts. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Never paint your house again.
Hey, business owners. If you are one of the 2.5 million small businesses in Florida, you know that the outside of your business is the first chance your company has to make an impression. We have been helping our commercial clients for over 20 years. We have become known as the company to call when your business needs a facelift. Call Rhino Shield today or visit us online. The bottom line with Rhino Shield, you'll never have to paint again.
You know what's great about getting older? The toys are way cooler. Spring is here, and it's playtime. Yeah! And One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union, has slash loan rates across the board on all the toys. Motorcycles, jet skis, boats, RVs, ATVs, even golf carts. And it's fun and potentially dangerous. One-to-One Financial has the perfect loan to help you finance it. Check out our rock bottom rates and apply now at one-to-one-fcu.org. Come out and play. Federally insured by NCUA.
If you've been injured on the job and are not receiving the benefits you're entitled to, call me, Glenn Levine, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000, and take back control of your life.
Office in Jacksonville. You can't get much for $5 these days, unless you go to Wendy's for a $5 Biggie Bag. Get your choice of double stack, junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken BLT, plus 4-piece nugs, fries, and a drink, all for just $5. That was smooth, wasn't it? That's how you're gonna feel when you get that Biggie Bag at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes 4-piece nuggets, small soft drink, and small fry. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
What's up? It's Casey. Check out our brand new show, The Dream 18 Show, sponsored by Florida Georgia Windows and Doors, right here on ESPN 690 on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. If you like golf, you're going to like this show. The Dream 18 Show, Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
Casey. I'm turning Casey.
Yes.
Casey Kurtz.
Yeah.
You telling me you don't want to pay $40 to have that convenience?
No.
$25 for the mini fridge, $15 for shipping.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like, there's got to be one cheaper. So, anyway, let me let you in. folks, right here on Action Sports Jax Overtime ESPN 690. I had this good idea, right? And I was like, okay. Or my mom technically had the good idea that I turned into an even better idea. So I saw them, my dad's birthday at the end of April, and we have a storage unit in Jacksonville when my parents moved. It's way too much information. But nonetheless, she's like, hey, can you put this in the storage unit? And it's a wine cooler, right? I was like, okay. So I brought it home, and that's when it clicked. I was like, wait a minute. I could put this at work, and then I could put Coke Zero and Diet Coke in it. So then me and Brent don't have to pay 75 cents at the vending machine every day. Okay? So I did not plug in the wine cooler at home. I did not previously see if it worked. I went off my mom's opinion that she said it works. So I went to BJ's and bought 35 Cokes each for each of us, the ones we like. So that equals 70. So I have 70 Cokes in my car. I bring the wine cooler up. I plug it in. I'm not going to lie. It didn't work at first, but it was slowly cooling. I was like, okay, that's reasonable. It was in my garage, right? So like it's going to take a minute. And for 2 days, boy, I thought I was a genius. It was working. I had a Coke during the show yesterday, straight out of the wine cooler. Things were just peachy. I come in today.
Okay.
And the wine cooler is no longer working. Yeah. I was like, what is that beeping sound? And I found the wine cooler just not doing it. So now I have hot Coke in the wine cooler.
Hot Coke in the wine cooler. Sound like a song right there.
I got 60 more Cokes in the car that are also hot. And I have no mini fridge. So
60 Cokes in the car.
Yeah. Coca-Cola, I should add. Coca-Cola. Not to be confused with anything else. And
white powder.
Yeah, white powder from the store. Right. So now I'm looking on Facebook Marketplace for a new mini fridge for the studio. And I found one that was only $20, but the shipping was like $15. And I bet I can find one cheaper on Marketplace in Jacksonville. I just have to meet up with somebody.
Do you want one cheaper?
I want the cheapest one I can. Like, here's one for $40.
That's your problem with this one right here. You got the cheapest one for free, and it worked for 36 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Pay the $15.
No.
$35. Casey, you make more than that in an hour.
No, first of all.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want to talk numbers over. Look.
I don't make enough for a mini fridge, right?
Stop lying
I'm
to
just
the people.
like, the best case scenario for me would just be pay 75 cents a day. But like, it was so much cheaper to get the mini fridge. So what I'm getting at, folks, if you're listening and you have a mini fridge you don't want or don't need or will sell to me for less than $40, please hit my line at ESPN 690. Actually, don't do that because I won't answer. But you can just hit me on Twitter at KKurtz.
Let me block these lines.
Yeah.
Before you get people calling in, man.
Everybody's trying to sell a fridge. Hit me on Twitter at KKurtz. That's KKUHRTS. Or Instagram, same handle. If you say I have a fridge with a picture, I will likely reply, and in return, I will either pay you money and or give you a shout out on the radio daily every time I get a Coke out of the fridge. So if anybody knows where the good mini fridges are at, please let me know, because my great idea has turned into a poor idea because it's now broken. So that's sad hours right here on ESPN 690. We were supposed to do Danger Zone. Do we have time?
Do you want to?
Yeah. I got people to yell at. Oh, good. All right. That's the music I needed.
Let's go.
For the Danger Zone. I will start with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, I know what you're thinking, Brian Middleton. The Toronto Maple Leafs, why would they be in the Danger Zone? They were just down 2-0 in the first period last night to the Tampa Bay Lightning and came back and scored 4 goals to win the game 4-3 and take a 3-2 lead. So why would they be in the Danger Zone? I'll tell you, Brian Middleton, because Game 6 is in Tampa. And yes, the Maple Leafs have an opportunity to move on and beat the Lightning and put the 2-time defending reigning Stanley Cup champions out of the playoffs. But there's this one little problem with that.
What's that?
The Maple Leafs are choke artists. They do not know how to win when they have to, right? And this is a Tampa Bay Lightning team that knows how to win when they have to, right? Game 6, if you're Toronto, you're looking at it as a, worst case scenario, we come back for Game 7 in the 6. Oh, no. Not when you're playing the two-time reigning defending Stanley Cup champions in the Tampa Bay Lightning. Toronto, you're in the danger zone even though you're up in the series. You don't win in Tampa, you're not winning Game 7.
I won't win it.
Exactly. You are not winning Game 7. No chance at all. The Lightning will take it in 7. So I want to make it perfectly clear, Toronto Maple Leafs and your fans, you're in the danger zone if you're in it. And if you don't win Game 6, you're not in the danger zone. You're just, once again, a disappointment to the city of Toronto. They're in the danger zone, Brian Middleton.
All right. Got to get a sound for that. Let's see. I'll go back to the well again. Listen, in the danger zone, major network budgets, especially for the sport division. After this Tom Brady contract, he has shifted the paradigm for what broadcasters, especially those coming out of professional sports, especially those who were always really good in the sport, will command, starting off at the jump. $37 million? Listen, I think that Fox, CBS, Mickey up at ABC, ESPN, all of these major networks, y'all gonna have to get a salary cap. Y'all gonna have to get a salary cap, and not that little foo-foo salary cap that the NFL does where they kind of raise it, but then they can cut, sign, and then repackage. I don't know. You got to get a solid one. Now, the NBA is a solid one. I don't know what Major League Baseball does. I know everybody just gets paid. There's no salary cap. That's right. So maybe like the NHL, maybe they got something. But you listen, Tom Brady is just the beginning. Nobody might get paid as much as him, in the near future, but we got some guys coming out in every sport that's going to look at Tom Brady and be like, $37 million for my services. And when it's time to re-up, can you imagine what Peyton and Eli going to ask for when it's time to re-up?
True.
Oh, man, they're going to have to, look, it's going to be free agency all over again. And you playing with guys, that's what they live their entire career. So listen, network TV budgets, especially their sport department, you're in the danger zone. You're past the danger zone. You're in the grave. Get a salary cap. Get an ambulance, some paramedics, revive yourself, and then get a salary cap because it's only going to go up from here.
I like that. Well done. I got one more for you, Brian Middleton. It stays in hockey. And I love the Jacksonville Icemen and their parent club, the New York Rangers, the blue shirts. Y'all are in the danger zone. I'll explain why. You are playing the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. You're a higher seed than them, and you're in trouble. You are in trouble on the brink of elimination by Sid the Kid and the boys, even though you guys won 6 more games in the regular season. Now listen, Rangers fans, I understand you want your team to be great, and you're probably saying, why are we in the danger zone? We're finally back in the playoffs. You're in the danger zone of being irrelevant yet again. Last time y'all made the playoffs was 2016, 2017. It is 2022, Brian Middleton. 2016, 2017 was a long time ago. Let me tell you why. Because I was in high school in 2016, okay? Right? That's how that works. I'm now not in high school. I'm sitting here talking to you. The Rangers have been irrelevant, as you can be in hockey. 7th place in the division, 8th place in the conference, I should say. 7th, 8th, 5th. And then you finally make the playoffs, and you're going to lose in the first round in an embarrassing fashion. Back to irrelevancy. If y'all don't get out of the danger zone tonight, you're playing at home. It's a must-win game. Granted, it's going to be hard to win 3 straight on the Pens, but nonetheless, Brian Middleton, the Rangers, they're creeping back into irrelevancy. Can they get out of the danger zone? I bet not.
To this day.
Felt right.
Yeah, that's good.
Felt right.
That was well done.
All right. That's all we got for danger zone, Case.
Sounds good. I just wanted to get those out, man. Got to let these people know where they are. Rangers, Maple Leafs, y'all in the danger zone. But for real, no cap, the Lightning might be in the danger zone. But listen, I meant what I said. You don't win Game 6, Toronto. You ain't winning a Game 7 against the Tampa Bay Lightning, man.
To this day.
To this day. All right, to this day, we got to go to break because that's how this works. Action Sports Jax Overtime, ESPN 690. We'll be right back.
I'm Marcus Roberts, a jazz pianist and a proud graduate of the Florida School for the Deaf and Blind, a state public school available at no cost to eligible K-12 Florida students who are deaf, blind, or both. FSDB prepares students for a lifetime of success, allowing them to do more, be more, and achieve more. For more information, call 800-342-3732 or visit www.fsdbk12.org.
People often ask me, how much money do I have to pay you up front to be my personal lawyer? The answer is nothing. It's free unless we win. What about a slip and fall or car crash case? Free unless we win.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Men, did you know that over half of all males suffer from ED or PE?
Ladies, your man should talk to the specialists at Prime Men's Medical Center.
If Viagra, Cialis, or Levitra have let you down,
Men are now lasting 30, 60, 90 minutes or longer, and it's affordable.
for a private consultation at Prime Men's Medical Center, call 904-664-8217.
See results on your first visit, guaranteed, or pay nothing.
Call 904-664-8217.
Hey, I'm Carrie. And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Don't let the milder temperatures lull you into complacency. Fuel prices will continue to rise, as will your utility bills. Call us today and take advantage of our fall prices. We don't quote over the phone or just poke our heads up in your attic. We do a full evaluation to include attic ventilation needs as well as insulation.
Give us a call at 904-679-6282 or online at koalainsulation.com.
Action News Jax at 5. Action. Because it's live with investigators Emily Turner and Ben Becker knocking on doors, holding people accountable. News. Because it's happening now. John Bachman and Tanika Hughes breaking the big important stories of the day. Jax. Because it's super local. Chief Meteorologist Mike Burridge has the most accurate local forecast. Action News Jax at 5 is local coverage you can count on.
Every day, K9 units put their lives on the line to protect our communities. You can show your support for them by purchasing a new K9's United license plate. Proceeds will fund essential equipment and training to K9 units across Florida. Please pre-order your tag today at k9united.org.
We're giving away $1,000 5 times every weekday in the ESPN 690 Payroll Payout. Listen live weekdays at 8 a.m., 10, noon, 2, and 5 p.m. for your chance to win. This is a nationwide contest. Message and data rates apply. Get the complete rules now at ESPN690.com.
Action Sports Jax Overtime, ESPN 690 on a Wednesday. I did it again. Looked down to see if it was Wednesday. There was nothing there, so I went with what I thought was correct. And once again, we nailed it. Brian Middleton on the ones and twos. Casey Kurtz with you as well for a couple more minutes before we hand off the ESPN programming for the night. That is because there is no Jumbo Shrimp Baseball tonight. Picked up a 7-5 win earlier today. They played this afternoon, the business person special. That's what they call it. But,
really?
Yeah, I swear. Like get out of the office type thing.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, there's like a deal. This is like a walking promo, but I'm sitting. But anyway, this is like a talking promo, I guess I should say. It's like you get a beer, a hot dog, and a seat, I think, for like 20. It's a good deal. Anyway, they do a couple more throughout the season. I don't know when. Check the website. Now, that's where the promo ends. I'm just telling you what I do know. And what I do know, Lewin Diaz, Nick Fortes hitting homers for the Shrimp today, picking up that 7-5 win. So shout out to the Shrimp. They are back in action tomorrow. First pitch will be 7:05, 6:50 coverage right here on ESPN 690 after our show. So listen to us. We'll give it to them, and they will call the game. Or you can head on out Thirsty Thursday at the ballpark. You know what that is all about. So that's the situation with the Shrimp. We will tell you the Jacksonville Icemen in action tonight as well. If you're on the way down there, we appreciate you listening. Or if you're not on the way down there, we appreciate you as well. But the Icemen need a win. The season is on the line. Brink of elimination, and the Everblades could do it to the Jacksonville Icemen tonight. That gets underway in about 14 minutes or so. Icemen need a win, down 3-0. So the season might end tonight. Hopefully it does not for the Icemen, but we will keep you updated on that. TV tonight, CBS 47 and Fox 30, as well as tomorrow during the show. But hopefully the Icemen can pull one out and force a Game 5 and then a Game 6 and then a Game 7. A lot of high school action, baseball, softball, playoffs. By the way, Brent was live at UNF today. If you missed that, the UNF Lady Ospreys picking up a win in softball. They play Central Arkansas tomorrow morning as they continue on in the A-Sun tournament. I believe Brent said 10 a.m. for that one, so check that out if you're in the area. Business person special for UNF softball I think the special is I think you can just go.
UNF softball. So they won, right?
They did win today, yes.
How many wins is that?
A ton.
A ton. I heard it was 40.
Is it really?
I heard it was 40.
They've been incredible all season long. So hopefully this stay in the ASUN playoff continues for them. But they got a big win today in the first game. UNF, by the way, hosting 40 wins. You're right, Brian Middleton. Well done. 40 and 15. You feel like an honorary Osprey, by the way.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Nah, I want them to do well. Don't get me wrong, but
you said that with conviction.
Yeah, no, actually, no. Brent said his answer with conviction when we were talking about the Jags and the
That's true.
wide receiver. But hey, listen, man. I want the Ospreys to do good. Those young ladies have been doing well, like the entire season.
Yeah,
they have been scorching people. So, man, this seems like it could be a historic run for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So they will play Central Arkansas tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the UNF softball complex. Central Arkansas, by the way, the number 2 team in the ASUN tournament, and then they will, no matter what, play again on Friday for UNF because it is a double elimination, and they've already won 1. So they are guaranteed 2 more games, so we will keep you updated on that. So that's kind of what's going on in the local sports. And now, you got Fat Joe ready?
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Thank you, Fat Joe. No, it is not. We have the ticket report for the NHL and NBA playoffs. I have absolutely no idea why this became a thing, but now I'm consistently checking ticket prices. Brian Milton, are we going to start in the NBA or the NHL? You tell me.
I say the NHL.
And what a place to start.
They're nice and disappointing with their ticket prices usually.
Oh, and you're going to be disappointed.
Here we go.
We got the Pittsburgh Penguins. I just told you the blue shirts. The New York Rangers are on the brink of elimination tonight. 3-1 against the Pens. And Brian Middleton, I tell you.
Okay.
The cheapest ticket in the building. Section 225. Row 16. You can get up to 3 tickets, but they're all going to cost this price at 4 Pennsylvania Plaza, New York, Madison Square Garden, the Mecca. $184, Brian Middleton. $108. Huh? I agree with you. $184. Your team is getting smoked. You guys aren't even being competitive. Who gonna pay $184? Unless some Penguins fans are coming into town.
Man, who is the owner? Who's the owner of the team?
That's a great question.
Who's the owner?
I don't know. I can look it up for you.
Nah, don't look it up for me, man. That's all good. I'm trying to figure out who has the audacity.
That's what I thought. It's James Dolan.
Oh, here we. That's how he laughs. Yeah. Every time he sees a ticket price set,
so
he says that low. Really?
I thought it was Dolan, but I was not 100%.
Wow.
I didn't want to speak on it. But
makes all the sense in the world. How much again?
Sorry, I got rid of it. 184.
Oh, you wildin'.
Yeah.
Your boys are wildin', Casey. Your New York is wildin'.
Mm-hmm.
Too high prices, too high taxes. I'm good, fam. I'm good on the whole state.
I'm good as well. I'll give that to you. So we got a Game 5 in the series that only one half of the fan base cares about. That's the Washington Capitals fans. They are actually people, real fans. They have fans. The Florida Panthers do not. They are playing the Florida Panthers in Sunrise, Florida tonight. FLA Live Arena. I feel like I've looked it up and it's been a different name. And Brian Milton, these are usually your people with the cheap tickets, right?
Uh-huh.
Man, are you going to be disappointed.
All right.
Section 316. Row 1. Now, row 1, in the top of the front level. You put your feet on the thing. You know what I'm talking about?
No. Because you said the thing.
So, like, you're in the first row of the upper deck, right?
Okay.
There's like a railing, like a wall.
All right. Didn't say that.
I don't
railing
know.
or wall.
Yeah, well, you can put your feet up is the point of the story. They're not going to be in people's way. All right. You killed the energy.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Your lack of communication.
No, that's true. Anyway,
your inability to express what you mean.
That is true. Anyway,
not being able to tell me exactly what it is you could put your feet on. That messed up the energy,
the
sir.
Wall. Yeah, it's the wall.
Not me.
Yeah, that's fair.
You.
$126.
Oh, man, no.
Can't do it.
Here's the thing, like, there's no Panthers fans out there. So, like, nobody's paying $126 to see the Panthers.
That's what I'm saying. Are they trying? Are they trying to get people not to come?
That's my guess. Like, nobody's paying $126 on a Wednesday for Panthers tickets. Like, it's just not happening.
What's the series again? What's the
2-2?
No.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
There you go. Last NHL game of the night, we got Dallas and we got the Calgary. Don't call them Calgary Flames. This is more right up your alley. One ticket, Brian Middleton, press level 5, row 19, $47.
There we go. Like you. I can deal with that. We're getting further along in the series, so I expect it not to be $34 at this point. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
45, I get that. We're in game 5, I get that. What? Canada? That's in Canada, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you know? Okay, there we go.
And for my money, that's the best game of the night. I think the Rangers lose and get done and get embarrassed. Florida, Washington should be good, but Dallas, Calgary, I think will be really good. So I'll be locked into that one tonight at 9:30. Let's go to the NBA quickly. Brian Middleton, before the show ends, we got the Bucks and we got the Celtics. This should be no surprise. 2 games apiece. TD Garden, balcony level 319, row 10. $141.
Man, what?
Yikes.
What?
Yeah, it's expensive. I mean, look, it's a good series, 2 good teams. I can't do it either, but I mean, I respect it. I understand it. You know what I mean? These are 2 good teams. And I'm not paying it. Don't get me wrong.
Casey, you know what I can do with $141?
I do, but I can't imagine what you're going to say.
Oh, okay. Well, if you can imagine it, never mind it.
I said I can't imagine it.
No, I thought you said can.
I definitely said can.
Moments passed.
Fair enough. And Brian Middleton, I teased this earlier in the show. Golden State and Memphis. Remember when those Memphis tickets were crazy expensive? They don't believe in their team anymore. Level 2 or Terrace level 206. Terrace level 206. This is so far away in the picture, I can't even potentially see who's on the court for this price. Row Q, 1 ticket available, FedEx Forum, Beale Street, Memphis, Tennessee, 38103, postage code, what's that called? Zip code, $39.
There you go. Wow. Actually, that's...
You want... Yeah, that's bad.
I mean, they do have a good team.
Like, there are thousands of tickets available in the $40 range as well.
Memphis said,
we do not care.
Like, there's going to be nobody there tonight to watch their team lose. That's unfortunate. Anyway, that's the ticket report of the night on the NHL and the NBA tickets. Looking ahead, by the way, nothing too crazy coming out of the NBA tomorrow ticket prices. Let's take a look at the NHL. We got anything coming up? Oh, we got one you're not going to like tomorrow.
Can't wait.
We absolutely have one that you're not going to like tomorrow. So
can't wait.
We'll get into that tomorrow, but for now, we say goodbye on a Wednesday. Action Sports Jax Overtime, ESPN 690. We appreciate you rocking with us throughout the day, starting at 2 o'clock on the Dream 18 show until now at the end of Action Sports Jax Overtime. Me and Brent are back tomorrow. Brent will be live at one of the Dream 18 courses. I should know, but I've heard a lot of things today and I don't remember. But nonetheless, he will be live. I will be here, and we will do it again from 3 until 6. Me and Brian Middleton will be back tomorrow from 6 to 6:50, taking you up to Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. And then Scott Kornberg and Matt Davis will call the Shrimp and the Sounds on a Thirsty Thursday at the ballpark. We'll talk some NFL schedule tomorrow. Comes out tomorrow night. So then obviously we'll break down the schedule on Friday, but maybe we'll do some predictions for it tomorrow as well. So a lot to do tomorrow, a lot we did today. We appreciate you rocking with us. Action Sports Jax Overtime, ESPN 690. Appreciate you. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night. I want to eat a spicy chicken in my Tesla.